Good evening, world. How are we doing tonight? It is November the 5th, and we have Fun with Whiskey with us again. But before we get to all of that, we're going to do somewhat of a video roll-in here. So let's go ahead and get to that.
Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. First, the overture. Yeah. Yes, the strings. Listen carefully, can you hear it? Now the brass.
I can hear it. It's my music. How do you do that?
Wait, here comes the crescendo. Now, beautiful, is it not?
We met the wonderful Serena and Venus.
All right. So,
V for Vendetta.
that's it. It is November the 5th. How do I stop share here? Okay. So, I know it's kind of awkward roll-in, but that's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love V. I've cosplayed him many times. And, yeah, it's a fun character. Anyway, Charles, how are we doing tonight? And go ahead and introduce yourself for those that are watching that maybe don't know who you are. Go for it.
Hey, my name is Charles Gilmore with my friend producer B, and we are Fun with Whiskey, and we just try to have fun, learn about whiskey, drink whiskey, and have fun with the audience or people who interact with us. And I enjoy collaborating with Whiskey Wars. Fantastic brother.
Yeah, man. So I won't get. We'll save the political stuff of V for later. Right now, let's talk about whiskey. Let's have some fun.
All right.
First, I'll just, and maybe Charles, maybe you can join me in this. I always kind of go through my buys for the week, just to share with people what I'm picking up and what's coming to the channel. So, as anybody that's been watching knows, doing kind of the $30-ish comparison on the channel. So this is what I didn't realize I had never reviewed Woodford Reserve, so that's happened. And it's around $30. Picked this up had a request from a viewer. So Rowan's Creek, that will be in the $30 lineup here soon. And then also picked up High West American Prairie Bourbon. That's also around the $30 price point. What have you guys been buying here lately, Charles?
I haven't bought anything at all this week. I haven't bought anything.
Okay, well, no problem with that. Well, what are we drinking? How about that? Do we want to get right into the 3 samples I sent you, or do we want to sip on a little something else first?
I'm down for the 3 samples. Myself,
We have
4 samples.
Yeah, okay. So about that, about only drinking 3 but having 4. So there's one that I don't want to taint with the lineup, but I also don't want to give away what is the Woodinville, because I want you to have a real reaction, not like tainted by my viewpoint. So that way no one can accuse us of being in cohorts against Woodinville.
Well, we should get 4 glasses and just do it anyway.
Well, so I want you to save the one marked number 2. If you can set that one aside, and you guys can do a review of that. I'll tell you what it is here in a minute. And then go ahead and pour the other 3. So 1, 3, and 4.
Okay, doing that now.
And then I just want your guys' reaction on them. What do you think? What are the nosing notes, tasting notes? Well, I want to see that face when we get to the bottle in question.
And this is 3 Pour a little splash for me. It's 3.
In the meantime.
This is 3. And this is 4.
Okay. And I can't give anything away. Maybe you take a roll of each, because I know there's one particularly that B was very interested in. And of course, I can always send you guys more if I have to.
Yeah.
Wow. 4 aroma sticks out.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, just you guys go through each one. Just let us know what you're smelling and tasting, and I just want to see you guys' reaction, see what you think.
This is my number 1. I'm smelling number 1.
Okay.
Smells really. The nose is fruity. It smells good.
Yeah.
It smells really fruity.
I get an
cinnamon.
apple, a red apple.
Okay.
I just get a lot of fruit melody. I can't pick out a particular peachiest type, if anything. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna smell them all. Then I'm gonna go through and taste them. Number 3 is way more cinnamon.
Oh,
way more cinnamon.
Number 3. If I had to guess, this would be the paint thinner one.
I don't know. I know what
I could be wrong, but wow.
It's a cinnamonish.
Oh my God.
It doesn't stink to me.
I don't like number 3.
Yeah, it doesn't stink to me on the nose. It's more cinnamonish on the nose. Hey, don't stink.
Number 3 on the nose is terrible to me.
Not to me.
Okay.
And
then
number 4.
Number 4.
I'm trying to straight face over. I don't want to give anything away. So
it's bland. Like it doesn't really stand out at all. The smell to me, a little bit of oakish, but it's really not nosy. I don't really get any aroma, and just in the northern. So the other ones,
what are you getting on number 4?
This is this.
I don't get too much on 4. I get like I get a little bit of cinnamon, pineapple, a light pineapple soda comes into my brain on the nose.
Okay. Hey, what's up? We got 21090 in the chat. What's up, man? How we doing? Also, we got
hey.
The Montron I'm screwing your name all up. Vegelator. Yeah, I probably messed that all up. I apologize, but thank you for joining us either way. And 21090, thank you for joining us also. That's great to see you guys. By the way, anyone that doesn't know, 21090 is doing great reviews as well. So check those guys out. They have a great channel for anyone that's not following them. Anyway, you guys over there, you guys continue, Charles and B, with
right.
no taste.
I'm gonna dive in number 1. I'm gonna dive in.
Yeah, let me go back to number 3. I'm going back to number 3 on the nose, and it just
it doesn't stink to me.
I don't like it.
Yeah, okay. I don't dislike it. This is more of a cinnamonish.
Okay.
Yeah, it don't stink to me.
All right, so Diamatron says you can call me Sean. Well, that's fair enough. I'm also Sean, so
and I'm Charles.
Easy to remember. And just so everyone knows, so what we're doing right now, I sent Charles and B samples of Weller, Antique 107, Woodinville, just their straight bourbon whiskey, and then also E.H. Taylor small batch. So that is what they're smelling, but they don't know which is which. This is a blind tasting here.
Okay. Hold on, see. I'm going to 1 first.
Okay, 1.
Right, yeah.
I'm drinking 1.
So
maybe my palate is off. I'm not hating it. I don't like it. Let me try it again, man. Maybe I'm tripping.
It seems oaky to me.
That's which one is that?
Number 1.
Number 1.
Okay. What are your thoughts, B? You like it? You hate it? What are you thinking?
It's rough.
I don't want to. I'm trying to be like right now. I don't like it. That's what I'm saying right now. Really, it's not. I mean, just let me taste the red. Maybe my palate. Maybe my mouth. Maybe I don't know. Maybe something's wrong. Maybe I got to do more water or something.
Okay. All right.
It's a little bit rough to me. Like,
yeah, I'm not really feeling it.
Like when you say rough, like just the flavor profile, or like a lot of proof, or what are you getting?
The flavor profile.
Hold on, let me try it again. I'm trying it. Like normally, I like, ooh, I have none of that at this time. Hold on. Nah, I'm cool.
Okay.
Nah. Yeah. That's like, ugh. My gosh, I want to give this like a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna give it like a 4, dude. I can't ever think of having a whiskey that I just want to like, ugh. Like I've never I'm still relatively a noob in my brain. I've never not liked something like I'm not liking that. That's crazy. It smells good till I tasted it. You may like it.
No, I think it's better on the nose than the taste.
Dude, make me want some more water, bro. I didn't really like that. I'm sorry. No. That's horrible.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, dude, that's not even like me. How about I keep trying to dive back in and try to like it? And I'm like,
okay,
no.
well, save a little bit, so maybe you can run it back later after you compare them to the other two.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I really drink some more water, bro. That didn't seem right. That didn't seem right. Okay, I probably need another water, but I'm just. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
No. And, thanks for the compliment on the shirt. Yeah, this is my favorite Rage shirt. My favorite Rage album cover, actually.
Okay, we going into number 3. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just fucking down. It's like, man, you ever had somebody to take your energy out? Like, I don't want to say no more. Like, I'm joking. Let me try it. All right, hold on.
Okay, number 3.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yes,
much
it is.
better.
Yeah, I couldn't. Like, I was so disappointed with that I couldn't. Yeah, this is okay.
Okay, but just that on its own, though, what are you thinking?
Like what? What about a ranking?
What are you getting them like for a flavor profile, that kind of stuff?
Let me taste it again.
Okay.
A little bit oaky. To me, it had a little roughness to it, a little dirtness to it. Don't suck.
Like don't dirt.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't know why I'm thinking about like a bamboo stick or something.
Yeah, it's not like off the like woohoo, but it's cool. It's like
it's better than 1.
Yes, whatever that was. That was 1, right? 1, 3, and 4. Yeah, 3 is okay. 1 was no.
Okay, so 1 is a no-go. 3 is just all right. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna take another sip because maybe my palate is messed up or something. I don't know. I don't know what I did because it don't taste like it don't taste. This don't taste horrible though. No, don't. I can drink it.
Well, I don't know because B didn't seem to like it much either. So.
No, I'm the one that said it tastes like dirt, but I'm saying it's not. I can drink it like it's not horrible. So I was
talking about 1, but yeah.
Oh yeah, 1 was horrible. Yeah, we both said 1 was horrible. This one, at this time, I give it a 6.5. It's like it's not really bad. Like it's not bad. It's a little bit above horrible.
There's a flavor that kicked in. It kind of seemed like dust or.
Like that's why I said the dirt. Yeah, you get what I'm talking about, right?
All right. So Charles says 6.5 on number 3. What's your rating there, B? What do you think?
I give it a 5. I'll give it a 5.2.
I think it's better than a 5. I think that's a 6 because I could drink it. It's not like a chore. 5 is when it's decent. It's decent. So it's a little bit better than decent because it's not horrible. It's not like woohoo, but it's still better than just I could drink this. So I give it like a 6.5 around that range. When you get a 7, it's good. This is above just good. It's a little bit better than the average, I think. Average is 5, right? There's a lot of just average whiskeys out there. That's what I think. So this is decent.
Hey, Julie, how you doing tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna have to apologize for like the next 5 streams for that joke. So for anyone that didn't watch the Lifetime Whiskey stream last night, I made a joke about. I'm not going to repeat it, but anyway, Dan did not appreciate the joke, so I gotta win his. I know the limits now, though. So I know where to not go with the jokes. So
I don't know where not to go with the jokes. That's a problem. You got me who busts jokes off of everything. you just all you gotta do is just smile the wrong way, and I got a joke for you.
And so again, for those that don't know, this is Charles and B from Fun with Whiskey, two great guys. We've done several streams together. Always great conversations. So,
and I hate I don't like. I can drink this.
The nose
kills you. Yeah, I get it.
The nose is weird.
So you're more of a sensory person than me. So you notice those little things in perception that I don't even notice.
It reminds me like even a little bit like walking past a nail salon.
Ew, see, when you said that, I tasted that. Why you said nail salon and then I tasted nail salon?
Okay.
Yeah, but it's no. I don't think it. Like I still don't think it sucks though because it's actually decent. Hopefully this one is the one.
Yeah, it tastes better than the smell to me.
Yeah, it tastes better than the smell. I agree with that. Go on and let me drink some more water. The first one, oh no.
Yeah, the first one. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to it, but man.
One for the third one. This is number 4. Hopefully it's
So Julia, I know you guys were kidding, but still I felt bad. You know, we all have our things that bother us, and so I respect that. So I won't go there with those kind of jokes again, that's for sure. But I know Dan's tougher than that though. So
Sean, you're better than me. I have no empathy.
Oh well, you know, I can be relentless with the jokes, but you know, I respect Dan. That's a guy that has many more years of whiskey experience than I do. So
everybody has more than me. Everyone. I can't remember yesterday. I could be drinking whiskey for 10 years and I still wouldn't know how they make it. Where they making it? Where's Kentucky? I'm joking about that. Let me drink some. Let me try this.
And on your above comment, 21090, again, I'm not going to repeat it.
Yeah.
maybe I'll message it to you or something.
Out of all of them,
number 4
the best tasting.
Number 4 is the best tasting. Okay. All right. So after you guys rate that one, then I will tell you what each one is. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised by the results, but that's all right.
We all got our own palates, but I think we kind of agree. Maybe it's like in a bottle where you poured it at. Maybe I don't know. Like 4, this is probably the most. This kind of reminds me like I want to say Woodford's Reserve the most. I guess I don't know. I'm just assuming that's what it just making an example what it remind me of, but I don't know what it is. I mean, listen. Which ones did you give us now? I don't even. He said E.H. Taylor. He said E.H. Taylor. He said
it's a
Weller, and I can't remember the rest.
Woodinville.
Yeah, Woodinville.
All right. So what do we got for a rating on that last one there, Charles and B?
This is just the other one. This is 6.7. 6 around at 6.6. This is decent.
I give it a 6.
You say 6. I give this one right. This is about the 6. This is about a 6.7, and this is I don't even want to like it's unfair.
Yeah, number 1 makes me don't even want to go back to it.
Yeah, I'm not going to because I want to make sure I'm not mistaken. Right. Hold on.
I'll be very
so now I will.
Let me drink it one more time. Number 1.
Number 1 better not be Weller. It better not be E.H. Taylor, dude. I would be so hurt if it was.
All right, so number 1 was the Weller Antique.
Oh, that was Weller?
Yeah,
I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, that was the Weller Antique 107. I'm actually surprised.
I'm so not impressed. Yeah, it tastes better after I drink everything else. It made it taste better, but I'm cool. It's too. It's overhyped. Very not good.
I want to go downstairs and check my bottle now.
No, you don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm telling you, you don't want to taste it.
Now for me, it was one of the ones I was really looking for. I'm going to kill it now.
Number 3 is E.H. Taylor, and this was whatever the other one was.
Number 3 was E.H. Taylor?
I'm pretty sure. It's best of money. Okay, I'm wrong then. So this the number 4 is E.H. Taylor?
Yep. That was what you liked.
I'm just assuming. So what's 3?
3 was Woodinville.
Okay. They both.
See, B nailed it right away. As soon as he smelled it, he knew.
Okay, so how can the Woodinville taste better than? Yeah, you need to go to taste that antique. I mean, that Weller's.
Yeah, I don't. I would have been upset.
Yeah, this one tastes better than that. But that's what messed it up. If I just when I had this, now I got to compare it to this. This tastes better than that. And that's why I had to move it up. This tastes better than that. It wasn't that great, but it still wasn't horrible. But it wasn't like super horrible, so I could drink it.
See, I like the smell. See, the smell of the number one.
Number one smells good.
It smells like sweet.
Yeah, taste it though.
Like sweet, like it's sweet.
Taste it again.
So real quick, I'm going to run through some of the comments here. Definitely don't repeat any of the jokes that I say. I guess 21090 it could get you in trouble. Julie, you have earned the right to make those kind of jokes. I have not yet. Wow. So that's you've put up with Dan long enough that he has to take a little bit back. So, and then Hanging AZ found a larceny barrel proof for a mere 175. Left it at the store. Wow. Sure, man.
Wow.
As I said in my review, I think 100 is about what I would pay at most for that. And yeah, that's 175. As cool. That is ridiculous. Absolutely. It just amazes me, and it seems like they all of them just go up more and more every year.
I say stay cheap. My advice to people from a new whiskey guy, I'm gonna tell you, stay cheap. I like the cheapers because if this antique boilers cost that much, I would hurt someone. Not that I want to hurt somebody. Don't get it, but I would hurt you with my mind. I'd be like, hey Joe. I'd be Anakin. Hey Joe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like Hanging AZ said, on most things I would agree with that. AZ, $100 is the ceiling, unless it's really something special. I would say barrel proof should be more.
Crushed.
Yeah. The thing is, 21090 is as much as I agree with that. Unfortunately, even here in Southern Kentucky, I've never seen it for 75. I paid 80, and that was like a bargain around here. And actually, I had to go to Macon, Georgia, to even find it for 80.
My dreams are crushed. If that was supposed to be a whale of a whale, man.
Oh, Antique 107.
Yeah, I want to. Let me be the Captain Ahab. Let's go hunt. I'll give it up. If I was Captain Ahab, I'll give up that hunting. I'll let Moby Dick live. I don't want no whales. You get the joke I'm making? Like, nothing was supposed to stop Ahab from getting Moby Dick. And if this was the whale I'm trying to get, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I give up the quest.
Well, now you guys know you don't have to hunt anymore.
Oh no,
not for that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't officially shout them out. I mentioned them earlier, but yeah, for those that are not checking out Lifetime Whiskey, you guys need to check them out. Doing great reviews, and their streams are the best in the business. Well, I apologize, 21090. No, you guys do great streams too.
See, even the Woodinville. Like I said, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I understand why you don't.
And then, but it's still strange. It's like
you get that dirt. You get that faint. Yeah, I said that. I did say it tastes that dirt like dirt. However, because my ranking can be messed up comparing it to this. So, but this I could drink this. Like Woodinville is not like I'm gonna grab it and go rush for it, but I could actually drink this. I could actually drink it and be like, cool. It's better than a 5. Like a 5. This is better than Charles Goodnight.
Yeah, I agree with B. Like what gets me on the Woodinville is the nose. Like that like nail polish wood finish nose that just ruins it for me.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it translates to the taste, and then it just I don't enjoy it at all.
It did when he said nail polish. I tasted. I can taste it when I taste the nail polish taste that you talked about.
Was this in a wine barrel?
No, that's the thing. That is
trash barrel.
That's that. Yeah, it was
dirt barrel. That's why you taste the dirt.
It was in the new nail polish barrels they're trying out.
That's why I'm telling you guys don't get the joke. That's why it's a 6.5 because I like dirt. I want to be a little bit dirty. I want to be a little bit rough.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed, man. I thought the Weller would just knock my socks off.
No, all right, I'm cool. I do not want to revisit it. Well, I can actually drink this though. I think it's not that bad, but I could drink this. Like if somebody poured it for me, I wouldn't just like the Weller. I'm like really, like nah.
So real quick, Julie is everywhere. Yes, she absolutely is. And Julie reply, I multiply if I drink whiskey after 9 for sure. I do not doubt that Julie has magical powers, especially whiskey.
And this is
17.
But I would have been mad paying $250 for this too. Like if I had to compare this to like Johnny Walker Blue Label or this.
Woohoo.
Johnny Walker would kill this. Johnny Walker would smother this, like crush. Like the Blue Label is actually. Have you tried Blue Label yet?
No. But I'm saving that for a special occasion.
Right now is a special occasion.
Yeah, this E.H. Taylor, like different more flavors are coming out.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, I like the E.H. Taylor.
Yeah, so
you still raise it lower than me.
And then MSRP on that is what, $60-$70?
But you gave it a 6 a second ago.
So see,
I
that's
said 6.7. You said a 6 on the E.H. Taylor.
so that's the thing on the E.H. Taylor is it even though like the secondary prices are crazy on it, the actual price on E.H. Taylor small batch is $40.
It deserves. That's what it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a $40 taste. It's nothing blowing me away. Yeah, like so.
But sometimes I wonder, like, if it's like just in your head game, right? Like
It is.
If the bottle was in front of you, would we feel the same way?
I would. Like I don't play that game. Like either I like the way it tastes or it don't. And I don't know which one is which. Like I don't. I'm gonna taste. I I understand comparison. I'm with that. I don't think I change based on who it is. I don't want to taste it. Either I'm gonna like it or I don't. The first one, I didn't like the what. I don't care what it is. I don't want to drink it ever. Don't even bring it to me. I'm cool. I believe that it's gonna be nasty. The Woodinville, you didn't like it. Sean didn't like it. I like it a little bit more than you guys. I get that nail polish aftertaste, but it's to me, it's drinkable. It's not nothing, dude. I'm telling you, Charles Goodnight is that ain't it.
Well, we need to get that because I drunk the rest of the Woodinville now, and this last sip was terrible.
Okay, and I drank the last sip. I poured less.
It is changing, but it's like a Mr. Chow in the Hangover series. It's too weird. It's too I would never visit it again.
But I can drink this.
Never pay for it.
This I can drink. Yeah, as long as it's like $40. I don't want to like. Why does E.H. Taylor cost so much if it's not? It's not.
Because he was supposed to be, Sean, if I'm wrong, E.H. Taylor.
It's good. Good.
E.H. Taylor.
6.7. Yeah, right. Almost there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a $40 bourbon. That's what it is. Yeah. And so for $40 is good. But
compared to what though? Compared to what? Because you can get everyone bottle and bomb, which is going to stomp on this like it's no tomorrow. Or we said the Freight Ranch, it will destroy this. So like I'm always looking at if we're gonna go to the $40 range or like Woodford Reserve, but probably just McKenna. It's all in that same range. Or like even though you guys say when you get an Eagle Rare, some of the bottles taste good, some of them don't. But in general, you're gonna hit more good Eagle Rare than bad. And I'd rather drink Eagle Rare than this. That's just my thought.
Yeah, we got Dan Like in the chat now as well. All right. So, Dan, I was just apologizing earlier for my joke last night. So I'll apologize to you personally as well. And now I know the line, Dan.
Hey, Dan, I'm apologizing too, and I don't know what he said. Let me say this. Let me say this, Dan. I'll say much worse. You're awesome. I'm saying this right now. Is that a bad joke, Dan? I got more bad jokes for you, Dan. Dan, you're excellent. I'm joking. Let me know when I'm crossing the line.
No, cheers, Dan's a good man. I like it. Well, Dan and Julie both just good people. Some of the best people on whiskey too. So.
Oh, I watched the videos. Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember my own self. So you say I can't. I forget everybody, including myself. Charles, talking to me? Yeah, you know your name? Oh yeah, it is. I'm sorry, I stay inebriated. So sometimes I'm incoherent. I can't connect. Yeah, this is decent.
This is cute. You guys are gonna message each other. Well, of course, maybe you aren't in the same house right now. I don't know what you guys are doing. Jokes. Rule number 3. Yeah, probably. Yeah. The thing is, though, Hanging AZ, as I wasn't even drinking last night, so I can't even use that as an excuse. I kind of did like a dry week. Since last Saturday, I didn't drink until tonight, so I can't blame it on that.
6.7 is decent. Now it's time to.
Have you had the barrel proof E.H. Taylor?
If I could get one, then I would. Well, I take that back. I've had it at a bar twice, and I really enjoyed it. Some of my favorite stuff, but actually finding a bottle, no.
Our liquor store have it for $2,000.
Yeah. Okay. It's not $2,000 good. I can tell you that. It's good, but it's not $2,000.
People want to get what they can get. It's cool. I mean, I'm basic, man. For me, I think I enjoy just the warmth and the conversation. I like the complexity. I'm just not going searching like that. If I stumble upon something like a barrel proof that I want, like he said, if I'm driving through Nevada or Utah and I just happen to stumble up on a Knob Creek or a Larceny barrel proof or something like that, then I'm with it, you know. But I'm not. If it's a 2000, I'm like, dog or sir or ma'am, because I don't know who's gonna be owning the shop.
Okay.
That's a little bit too much for me. You know what I mean? A little bit too much. Too much.
So actually, Julie, I mean, me and Charles, we joke around a lot, but usually we get into pretty deep conversations here. We don't, you guys keep it a lot more lighthearted than us usually. So that's why I'm so bad at telling jokes. I don't know where the line is. But so that I got to say, Charles, this outcome was much different than I expected. I figured it would be, you guys would like Antique 107 best, H. Taylor second, and then Woodinville last. So that's interesting.
So we like the E.H. Taylor the best, Woodinville second best, and the weather. It was like if we could have flushed it down the toilet and shared it with the ants and the microbes, we would have done that. But E.H. Taylor came out tasting the best, and you said the weather. Go ahead and go get a bottle. We'll taste it and see if you can try it. Join in. It's fun. Come to the dark side.
So now you guys can drink whatever you want. You can. But, hey, you have to try some stuff you haven't had.
So number 2, we've saved for another day.
Yeah. So now you know that is the Bardstown Pfeiffer Pavitt XO.
Okay.
So that's a $200 bottle there. So you guys you guys can do it now if you want. Whatever you want to do.
It's your call. What do you want to do?
We do it. We review it.
No, what do you want to do? What you want to drink? I'm gonna let you choose.
Let's see.
You could if you want. What do you want to drink? We can
right now. So I'm drinking the ones I showed earlier. So now I've moved on to, let's find the camera here. High West. What is this? American Prairie Bourbon. As part of my best $30-ish bourbon series I'm doing right now.
So call, bro.
Okay, well let me go.
Unless you want to just dive into the stout and be like.
Yeah, so I screwed up, folks. It was because International Stout Day was Wednesday, and I was supposed to pick up some stout, and me and Charles were going to drink a stout beer tonight as well as drink some whiskey, but I didn't have time. So we might just watch Charles drink a stout.
No, I'm not going to drink it. We got great stout, so we'll wait till next time you get a stout and we coordinate. Call it stout and whiskey.
So. What is everyone else drinking tonight, though? I haven't really talked with Chad a whole lot. Sorry, guys. Me and Charles are kind of doing our thing here. So, what are we drinking? I saw Whiskey Wars open up for Carrot Top once in Las Vegas. I wish that were true. Someday, maybe. Someday, maybe. Not that I'm a huge Carrot Top fan, but I would take that. I'd take opening up for Carrot Top. And sorry, Julie, I've crushed all your dreams. The story is not true. Maybe someday though. So, Charles, you ever seen Carrot Top?
In person? No.
No.
I don't remember. I know who he is. I haven't really listened to that many of his jokes. Is he really that funny?
I mean, so he's a prop comic primarily.
Oh.
He's all right. He's not really my thing.
Didn't he get buff like? Rrr.
Yeah, he is super buff now.
Yeah.
Might be fake news. Yeah, probably. So as for those that were here at the beginning of the stream, I did open up with the V for Vendetta thing. So Charles, watching Russell Brand earlier, and he was talking about how there's a lot of people that say that V for Vendetta was prophetic because of the things that happened in 2020, with the virus and then the government finding a cure kind of quickly. Uh-oh.
So
Oh, Singer. Okay. I thought that was the other one.
Bottles are the same.
Yeah.
Different content. This is the single barrel barrel proof.
Man, you guys are going heavy tonight. All right.
133. 133 proof. So he picked it. I guess he want to get buzzed.
I guess so. Yeah. We're going straight for the barrel proofs. Having Kentucky vintage now, thinking about rare breed or OGD next. Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
What do you like the rare breed? Which rare breed do you like the best? The rye or the?
So the thing is, I haven't had the rye in a long time, so it's hard for me to say. I remember liking it quite a bit, but I haven't had it in quite a while. And Julie, I appreciate you believing that story that I'm that famous, even if alcohol did help you believe it. Thank you.
All right.
You believe good things will happen. That's right. I have to hope that's true. Hang on, AC.
I gotta fight my inappropriate joke that wants to come out every time you say I believe something. Because I want to say, I believe I can. Oh yeah, I can't say that anymore. Sorry.
Well, Charles, now we're all curious. So you're going to have to at least give us something.
There's a movie called with Michael Jordan, Space Jam. And the theme song for that movie was sung by the artist formerly known as Robert K. And now because he's incarcerated, I really don't want to think. I don't want to make any jokes or any references like I just did about how much I believe I can fly.
Is this like along the lines of the Dave Chappelle "I'm gonna pee on you" skit?
So yeah, I was just gonna. When you say I believe, that the first thing pops in my brain is that song. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. I always think about that every time. Spread my wings and fly away. Now I'm locked up in jail. I'm never gonna get out the cell. Sorry. I'm sorry. The inappropriate jokes. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's one of those. That's one of those things that I can't even understand. Yes. Thank. And I didn't really say it yet, but thank you guys as always for joining us. Always great to have Charles and B on the stream.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you guys went from just kind of average bourbons to really stepping it up there. So yeah, that's many steps above anything you had.
This is a 10 on a 10 scale. Really good. Really great. So I can tell you, woohoo!
So since Charles is drinking, I'm not. I'm drinking cheap stuff over here. What is everybody's thoughts on the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof? Huh? What do we think? What do you think, stream?
Well, I tell you, this makes me want to do Will Ferrell. I'm streaking down the street. I'm streaking.
What was that song that goes? Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo.
Okay, so is the order hang on? So you went from rare breed to Evan Williams bib, and now benchmark next. So what would be next? Like some Mad Dog 2020 or what? what?
Mad Dog 2020. Mad Dog 2020 in my younger years when I was in my 20s.
So the thing is like when I was young, we knew you were in the bad part of the neighborhood when you started seeing empty Mad Dog 2020 bottles laying around.
Yeah, that's a scary thing because it tastes kind of good until it hits you, and then the next day you're like, I never want to drink it again. Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah, man. I knew a dude. That's all he drank. He smoked Swisher Sweets and drank Mad Dog 2020. That was his jam every single night we hung out. I don't know why you do that every night, but that was his thing. You loved it.
Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
I can't believe did you ever like Old English? Like, I don't even think back then when I was younger I liked Old English.
I like that feeling of it. I like let me just go into that story because where we come from, you feel like the man sitting with a 40 ounce in your hand. I'm grown now. Look at this. I'm getting a buzz. And that was a great thing. You know,
in Florida, we couldn't get 40s. The biggest you
Wow.
get is 32. But still, I understand the feeling.
I really didn't fall in love with beer until I drank Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Once I had Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, it was like I couldn't drink nothing else. I was like, dude, I need something good. Like somebody come with I could appreciate, like, the more I started to drink beer, the more I started to appreciate the, like, let's say it's Budweiser, the consistency of can to can always tasting the same. Still, I appreciated the craftsmanship of a great IPA, like the time limit of the taste of it. Like, you taste something that's fresh, it tastes so crisp, and if you let a can sit for 6 months, which I've done, and drink it, and you're like, ugh, you know. So then you say, I gotta drink this at a certain amount of time. Then I started appreciating that they're only gonna come out with it once a year, so I gotta get that. You know, the same with whiskey, but it's a different. At least whiskey, you can let whiskey sit for 5 years and still be great. You can't really do that with a beer. That's a stout. Like a stout, you can do that. And some sours, but IPAs, you can't do that, man. You gotta guzzle them. It's hard because you be like, man.
Yeah, for a while there, I was buying up like any kind of rare stout release I could find. That's what I was spending all my money on. Also, Hang on AC says, Charles, sing like an angel. Yes, he does.
Oh.
Thank you, Charles, for that acapella there. Yeah. Hang on AC, I usually start with something cheap, then move on to good stuff, then finish it off with something cheap. Yeah, that's kind of my route usually as well there, Sean. Yeah, so great Sean's think alike.
Great shines. Woo-hoo. I'm doing a wiggle for the shines.
Like I'm trying to move on, but the wiggle got me, huh? We got another compliment on Charles' voice. So we're gonna have to have Charles singing on the stream more often. It looks like.
Only comes with first when I feel like making a joke.
See, we got to get him in the studio because I always tell him that he has a good voice, but he only sings when he drinks.
Hey, well, drink a little bit, get loosened up, and then get in the studio and put some tracks down.
Yeah, I sing when I can make a lot of jokes. When I can make it funny, then I don't mind singing when it's funny. Oh, life is great. Thank you for everybody who's in the chat, just hitting us back and forth. Man, this is so fun. I'm so honored, humbled. Thank you.
This is, we say it every stream, but this is always my favorite part of the week, doing the stream with you guys and all the chat and all the discussion we get into. Yeah, man. Thank you, everybody that's joined. Had a lot of familiar faces join tonight, and then some new faces. Got the Weiss coming in and 21090 and Sean Diametron, still screwing your name up probably, but thank you for joining us. That's good to see new faces. So thank you, everybody. Still waiting to try JDSB BP. Now, is that because you just haven't been able to find it? Because I know in some areas that's true, or is it just you haven't picked it up yet? I'm curious on that. Alcohol and Dan makes me believe in all good things. Otherwise, I would listen to myself, and that would be a disaster. Yeah, I guess we all kind of get inside our heads too much sometimes. Yeah. Can
I dive in? What does that see? What does that mean to be too much in your head? I'm always in my head. I'm always thinking life is great. I'm gonna have fun today.
When you're alone with yourself, Charles, sometimes it gets dark.
Does it? I mean, not for me, but I guess it does for other people.
Well, I'm not going to go super deep on this, but I guess it depends on your past. So personally, when I am by myself and I'm not doing something productive and I'm just sitting thinking, I don't like, sometimes I'll just sit and have a glass of whiskey and think about life. And sometimes that's good. Other times it's not so good because of my past. I got a lot of things, a lot of memories, a lot of PTSD, I guess you might say. So, sometimes you get into those dark places in your mind that you don't really want to think about too much.
I understand. This is the truth. This is unbelievable. like a Biggie song. It's unbelievable. I was born on a mushroom with some marshmallows around me and rainbows. And then, so like I had a couple of like rainy days, but I like the rain. So I enjoyed them. Like, man, that was a great challenge going through that rain. So I guess I look at it differently. Like, I think that every experience I've had helps me become who I am. And of course, there's things I wish had not have happened, but it's like I think about the good parts. So let's say I had a car accident, but nobody died. So I'm thinking, damn, and somebody was cool, like, it's no worries, I understand. And I'm like, I'm gonna call you. And then they'd be like, you know what, don't even worry about it. You'd be like, oh, that's cool. So I guess I look at life like that because, you know, I was born on a mushroom with marshmallows by my side. So I'm joking, that makes sense.
Sure, man.
Rainbows and lollipops, but I said mushrooms. Sorry, I like mushroom pizzas. I'm joking. I'm just being silly.
Well, to be fair, I mean, not like in life, but like in my own head, I tend to go a little bit negative. I mean, because I think I always think about, you know, things I could have done better, maybe.
Yeah. You are the best that you can be every second that you can be at any time. So yeah, you could have did better, but you didn't because you weren't able to do it at that time. You think you could, but then you. Go ahead. Let me.
I was just going to say, I'll put Charles' email at the end of the stream for those that need motivational speaking.
Yes. You're beautiful. You're all the Charles. Let me give a little picture. Can I take it? Be part of the choir. I'm gonna bring it to the church. Now, God loves you, and I love you too. You're a son of God. Say amen, people. I mean that though. So don't get down. You can stand up. You can put your faith in the Lord, and we're gonna get you through this. Yeah. And,
maybe that's where Charles got his great voice. It was singing in church. You
know? But I mean that, man. Don't ever get down. We all make mistakes. We're not perfect, but you know what? You got another day to live. To try to strive for perfection. If your quest, you can't be Christ, but you can be Christ-like if that is your quest. If that's your quest, and no matter what, you can be a good person.
I agree with that.
Make a joke, but I'm serious.
So my thing is, Charles, is when I was a younger man, I was not even trying to be Christ or Christ-like or just for those that are not on that same wavelength, whatever is the deity, non-deity that you look up to, that you strive to be like, whatever your thing is. I wasn't trying to be a good person, if we're being honest. So that's why I probably have more regrets, I guess. But anyway, so Hanging AZ saying, we're going to lighten it back up a little bit here. Hanging AZ saying, finish the night with Fireball. No, bad AZ, bad.
What is
Fireball?
Let me see. What is Executive Order 66? So this is a reference to Star Wars. And this is, I'm going to turn it back good, but like I'm going to make a joke. This is a man's attempt to consolidate power. And to do that, he had to eliminate the opposition because the opposition was causing too much confusion in his ability to control. So that's what Executive Order 66 was. He manipulated these clones to eliminate the opposition, which was the Jedi. That's what a reference to.
Just real quick, going to run through some chat here. Singer and dancer talking about Charles. He is a double threat, folks. Watch out for Charles. Okay, so just haven't picked up the whiskey yet. Talking about GDBPS, whatever. You know what the thing is. And then look at Dan complimenting his wife. Yeah, that's
so I have
precious. You guys, you're the best. Go ahead, B.
The most disappointing bottle that you look forward to, and you had it, and you was like, "Oh, this is terrible."
I know the answer to that. It's not even close. Because I paid way too much for it, and then I opened it, and Blanton's, absolutely. It's like there's not even a bottle that's close to that level of disappointment.
Understood. So Blanton's got so much hype going on right now that people are going to probably pay $150, $200 for it.
Well, this was 3 years ago, but it was still hype back then, and still. When I paid $125 for a bottle of Blanton's, and I thought, that I finally had that thing I wanted, and man, was I disappointed. But go ahead, B, and Charles, what are yours?
For me, right now, it would have to be this Weller Antique.
Yeah. Okay. The likes are good, people. I agree.
For me. Right now, I don't have something I dreamed of that was disappointing, but yeah, the Wellers right now, that would be number one at this time. But there's nothing I've got that I was looking forward to that was so horrible that I was like, I haven't actually purchased that yet. So yeah, the closest would be this, but I wasn't even dreaming of it like that. You was like, I want that. Oh, I want that. You can like, I want to try that. Oh, I gotta see what it's like. You was like that. It's like a girl you just can't wait to get with. Oh, Debbie. I just can't wait to go with Debbie because Debbie looks so good. That's how you were speaking.
Well, a lot of reviews, a lot of people who review it love it. I think it was Mash and Drum. I think he liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I did too. I really enjoyed it. I don't remember what I scored it, but I know I scored it well.
Well, try it again. Go down there and try it and see what happened with something ain't right. Something ain't right. I think it's maybe they're making another joke. Maybe your bottle's been violated.
Well, so that's what I'm curious about.
They say you're never the same once you've been violated.
What I'm curious about is if maybe that sample bottle was tainted or something. I didn't do anything to any of them. You know, I mean, they're supposed to be clean from the factory, but I don't know. Dan Like said, got to run. Have Grant said over. Have a great night. Thank you, Dan. I know I'm behind in chat.
But I wasn't really looking for Blade and Bow. That kind of made me disappointed. Like, really, it's kind of hyped up, and I tried it, and I'm like, they said this is good. This right here, it didn't suck. But I'm like, nah.
I'm with you on that one, Charles.
Blade and Bow, to me, I probably would. I think we gotta drink it. We still need to make that video where we go back and revisit it. Video.
Charles, good night, Blade and Bow. Which one? One of the old Fitzgeralds. I think that another one that I can't really remember being great. Like, I didn't hate it, but it was like, I wouldn't even the Antique Wellers. I'm down to try it again. Let's give it a couple. I don't know.
Let it sit for a minute.
Yeah, but this is good. Like, this is like on a 10 level. Like, I want to do a competition between this and like the Blue Label and the Jack Daniel Rye, which I think will conquer even this. It'll be a great battle.
I think Jack Daniel Rye is better than this.
Yeah, I said, I just said that. I said Jack Daniel's Rye will conquer this, but it would be a decent battle because it's good. It's on that same tier.
Real quick, Commandante Lou has joined us. Said evening all. So thank you for joining us, Commandante. And also to what you guys were saying there, have you guys compared JD the barrel proof to Elijah Craig? You know, the Elijah Craig barrel proofs?
We haven't actually.
It did. We like the Elijah Craig better.
Yeah, we did do that. We did.
We like Elijah Craig much better.
Yeah, I think it is great, but I still think it was to review it. But another battle, we do the battle of the barrel proofs: Jack Daniels versus Larceny versus Knob Creek versus Elijah Craig barrel proofs, and that'd be a hell of a video to do.
Barrel proofs.
Battle of the barrel proofs.
So, we got greetings from Belgium. Happy weekend, Whiskey Lover Society. Thank you for stopping by, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, excellent. I want to know what everybody else's favorite is. Like, everybody popping in the chat.
Yeah, what is your favorite barrel proof?
What is your go-to whiskey? What do you like to drink? If you got to spend $30 or less, what's your first purchase? What would you buy? And this is programming, and this is from Sean. This is from Whiskey Wars. Now, if I had to spend $30 or less, I'm going to get Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. That's if I'm $30 or less, because that's the best bang for the buck. I don't see nothing killing that. There's other good ones, but that is the one ring to rule them all for under $30.
Yeah, used to be my answer would be early times Bottle and Bond, but there's a dispute going on in the whiskey community, but that bottle has changed. I promise you it has. The new ones are not the same. I think what's happened is the people that are blending it are not the same people anymore because 1792 has taken over, and whoever's blending it is not going after the same flavor profile that
I think. So you talk about blending. The best blending house to me is Barrels. Even I haven't had more Bardstown because you said Bardstown they do Bardstown. They do blending too, right? Bardstown. However you say it. But right now, Barrels is killing me. Like, I want to go buy a Barrels every time I go. Like, I just want to. Everything I've had from them is pretty good. Everything.
But what stick out the most
for you, Seagrass. For you,
yeah. If I get another bottle, it'll be my third bottle.
I like other things. Like the private release is really, really good to me, and so it depends. The Dovetail was really, really good. So it depends what you want.
So real quick, Mash and Drum is a whiskey. I think you mean whiskey pimp in a good way. I guess I don't even know what you mean by that, AC, but I'll agree with you. Sure, why not?
Well, it's like, okay, I think when somebody say whiskey pimp, they selling that whiskey to you, but they selling You need to buy this. Come on, that's what the pimp do. The pimp get you to buy the product. And
That's true. Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on,
yeah,
baby.
come on, you know what? Drink this right here. Exactly. That's what a whiskey pimp is. You know. So
Come on,
okay.
get a little bit of whiskey here. Yeah.
You want some of this? You want some of this Evan Williams? Come over here.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Evan Williams. Look at all this. Look at this fat booty.
Yeah, look how dark and juicy it is. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, buy this whiskey.
Only $15, $17.
Right. Come on, $15. You have a great night. You buy this baby right here.
You ain't getting nothing like this. You just one little sip, you be in heaven.
So maybe AZ, maybe that's what we're missing is I'm not pimping my bottles enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I gotta throw the pimp talk on a little more. Most disappointing whiskey for me was Devil's River Barrel Proof. Wasn't enjoyable at all. I guess that's similar to the experience that B and Charles just had with Antique 107, I guess. Let's see. Oh, I ran past a few here. Back up. True. Expectations of the whiskey determine your opinion. For sure, Dante. Unfortunately. That's why we did tonight's tasting blind with Charles and B, because I wanted their real reaction. I didn't want it to be tainted by any input from anywhere else. And we got a real reaction tonight. And who would have thought that Woodinville would be liked more than Antique 107? I'm disappointed, but hey, that's what happens.
I try to Woodinville again. I mean, I don't think B will. I don't think he liked that at all. But he still liked it better than Antique. That's amazing. Because we was looking at the same, like it's a little bit better, but you know.
But this bottle and bond is just
better than both of them. If you had to do E.H. Taylor or this, that'd be pretty decent though. I think I might like this. I gotta try it both at the same time. I don't really want to do it at this time. Which one was it? 4 with E.H. Taylor?
Yeah, 4 was E.H. Taylor.
Let me see.
It's over here.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna pour a little bit. I don't think that's horrible. I'm gonna give it a little splash.
No, quick.
Compare it against the
$50, the buyer's remorse goes up exponentially. I would agree with that for the most part. There are some good bottles up there, but you know, you kind of have to know what you're going after. Commandante Lou says larceny for $30 or less. That is a solid bottle for sure.
I agree.
He says I'm drinking Evan Williams right now. Don't tell Eddie Russell. We won't.
Okay. This is the.
You can be fans of multiple.
This is the E.H. Taylor versus Evan Williams right now. Here we go.
Okay. All right. Under $30, Wild Turkey 101 Rye. Okay. Okay. So now that you're with us, still living in the woods, just for you, I picked up this bottle of Owen Creek. Had a little bit earlier. Thought it was pretty good. I'll do my review on it in the near future.
Yeah, I wanted to try that. I knew somebody last name was Roland.
What it is, the Evan Williams has got a better taste. This seems to be a little bit more complex, but the overall taste is better here. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. Like really, like the E.H. Taylor is a more challenging. Like, what is flavor can I pick up? What is this? What is that? Ooh. But there's that little bit of aftertaste. It's not as good as this. This is like, whoa. This is like interesting. This is Mr. Spock, and this is Captain Kirk. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I'm more of a Spock fan. I like the complexity.
Yeah, I think the E.H. Taylor did change a little bit as I was drinking it, whereas this Evan Williams is staying the same. That's what you're saying, right? Evan Williams.
Yeah, Evan Williams. Like it's a taste. It's gonna taste good, but when you drink this, you like, what is that flavor? It doesn't, like you say, it's like you think about it. So, but this is just more of a simple. It tastes good. You're not thinking about it. No really aftertaste. Little aftertaste it is. It's like it's hard to pick out exactly what the notes are. But it's there, so it's a challenge. So it's fascinating. I think in the molecular structure, the compound, a little bit more. It has a little bit of more carbon. It's more carbon based. Takes a little bit of the salt. Also, that type of stuff.
So are you saying that Spock was not your favorite character in Star Trek?
My favorite character?
Kirk for me.
Yeah, of course. But my favorite character, I like the way Spock acted as long as he didn't give into his emotions, which he gave into often. But when Spock was logical, I loved that. Like, why would I do that? That doesn't make sense. But he always lost control of his emotions all the time. So that was the problem. So Captain Kirk was just the man. I'm about to kick some butt. I'm about to give it these ladies. We're gonna fly around the universe. You know, that's why Captain Kirk was my dude.
I always liked the logicalness of Spock.
I love that.
Anyway, so Hanging AZ says, I have the Unholy Trio daily. Wild Turkey 101, Old Forester 100, and now Evan Williams Bibb. That is a great daily lineup for sure. That was my daily lineup for a long time.
Data. Did you like him?
It's a difference. I liked, Data wanted to be human. Spock wanted to be straight Vulcan. So Spock was fighting his humanity. Data was giving into his humanity. And what happened was Spock grew comfortable by dealing with Captain Kirk and Dr. McCoy with letting his humanity out. Because that wasn't him at first. Because he was so trying to repress it, where Data always wanted to be human. Or Spock knew how to laugh but didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? Or Data didn't know how to laugh. Ha ha, is that a joke? Ha ha. Oh. So
real quick, going back a little bit here in our conversation, Whiskey Wars pimped the Evan Williams Bibb on me. I sure did, man. I think I've pimped the Evan Williams Bibb to everybody because, I mean, I don't know how you beat that bottle for $17. It's amazing to me that bottle is $17. That's what
they easily charge $40.
They got a good taste for it. It's the taste, the complexity of the E.H. Taylor is going to get that, but the taste profile, more people could drink this, and it's okay. It's a caramel, good taste, and it's simple, and it's plain. It's good, you know.
I mean, personally, I think if they sold that at $25.30, it would still compete just as well.
Yes, I agree.
Now, don't tell Heaven Hill that because they'll mark it up on us. But
now they keep mass producing it and make it easier to obtain.
Well, a lot of people was upset with what's the Heaven Hill, right? The Heaven Hill bottle was more expensive, right?
Yep. Yeah, you talking about the bottle and bond. Yeah, because it used to be like, I don't know, $20, $30, and then they took it away for a while. They added a year to it or something like that, and then they came back and it was $50. Real quick. Hate to leave, Sean, but I have to pop in and say hi to ADHD and then snuggle with my grandson. Nice to meet you, Charles. See you soon, Whiskey Wars. All right, well, thank you, Julie, so much for stopping by, and I'm glad you got to meet Charles. And we will see you guys in the next live, but thanks again. Love to see you guys here. Back to Hang on, AZ. Kirk was not afraid to karate chop a fool in the neck. Yeah.
Yep. Man. I like Captain Kirk, man. He was a cool dude. Like, kind of he may love a woman, but he can let him go. Like, you know, you got to rule your country. You have to become his wife. And I'm going to just go here and just save the universe. I know you love me, but you got to do what's best for your people. That's Captain Kirk right there. You know.
So now, Commandante, I cannot promise that it's 17 in your area. I don't know what it's like in Texas. What actually, Charles? What are you and B seeing for prices on Evan Williams Bibb out your way?
Around that. That.
Okay, so hopefully it's pretty consistent. AZ, I know you're a fan. What are you paying for Evan Williams Bibb? Maybe we can get a kind of a general consensus. Good night, Julie. Enjoy your time with your grandson. ADHD is too good for Evan Williams Bibb, minus 10 points. Exactly. You know, I love Porter. Don't really know him personally, but the fact that he doesn't like Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, I'm not sure that we can be friends.
Everybody got different palates, man. You know.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good dude. But
yeah, Julie and Dan made me look at Old Carter, and Old Carter is pretty good.
Yeah,
I want to pay for it though; it's expensive, but.
That's why I don't own a bottle. I've tried it several times at different bars and stuff, but man, they're like $220, $230.
Yeah, he like it way more than I do. I don't hate it, but I ain't like it. Ooh, Old Carter. Maybe I need to try more bottles. but I'm not that serious. I'm not even at first. I'm not rich. I'm not claiming to be rich. If you're rich, I'm happy for you. If I was rich, maybe I would think differently. But because I'm not rich, I'm not trying to waste my money like that because I ain't rich enough to waste money like that. But I do waste money, which makes that's a contradiction in itself.
We're all hypocrites, Charles. It's
yeah.
Yeah, you know, like the thing is so I've tried the old Carter, I don't know, 4 different times and 4 different batches as far as I can remember. And the thing is like every time I was like, oh man, that's good. And then I remember what the price is, and I'm like, like I don't know if it's $220 good. That's kind of where I'm at on it.
I feel you. It's very few things that there is, but there's very few things that are $220 good. But then I think about Johnny Walker Blue Label or McKellen 18, and I'm like, yeah, I can understand. Like, yes,
yeah, I can understand. I don't want to pay it,
but it's that good. It's like, yeah, it's like luxury items. It's really like sometimes the quality is so well that you're not even mad about it. Like it's a little bit like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. The Ferrari, like he likes. You'd be like, well, it makes a little sense. You know, it makes a little sense. Look at this.
I'd have to be with I'd have to go with B on this. I mean, because like a Lamborghini. So the difference between those two to me is that a Lamborghini is like a 11 out of 10 model. Like it's more than perfection. Everything is like fine tuned. You know, all the lines match up perfectly. Whereas a Lamborghini is just, I mean, it's like the badge on the front. It's just like a wild bull. It's not really finesse.
You're talking about Ferrari. You said Lamborghini, so you meant the Ferrari is more like a Lamborghini.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm flip flopping here. Yeah, no.
I know what you mean.
Ferrari is like that perfect, beautiful specimen.
Yeah, I get it.
Lamborghini's like just, you know, it's more like a pit bull off the chain or like a.
Yeah, I get you.
Exactly.
The people who are more artistic usually like Ferraris. The people who just want like something that's classic, just looks basic. You're gonna know I got a supercar, want a Lamborghini, and then you got the people who just want speed and they want whatever the fastest car is and say I got the fastest car. Then you got a mixture. You know what I mean? So it's more people get Ferrari for the art of it than anything.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I would say that's true. Yeah, a Ferrari is more like a piece of art for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I still think like practicality, and that's what blows my mind away with the Urus. It's like, well, you can kind of drive this every day.
Yeah,
you go fast. Come on, honey, let's go. Let's drop the kids out of school. And it's kind of, if you're not paying attention, you really won't notice it. But people who notice it, like, do you got an Urus? You know, that just changes everything. You know what I mean?
You know, so speaking of practical cars, I was looking at the T-Rex, you know, from Dodge, which is kind of like competition for the Raptor. And so it's a 4-door truck with, 702 horsepower, has 650 foot-pounds of torque, and it does 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds.
That's really awesome. I enjoy things like that. Yeah, I do. I just want to live the best life, have the most fun as possible without hurting other people. That's my whole motto. So what you want to do with your life, Charles? I want to have the most fun. I don't want to hurt people and live my best life and helping all the people I can without hurting myself. Simple things, you know?
So the other Sean answered the question as to what the price in Texas is. $12.79 for a fifth of Williams bib in Dallas area. That's a good price. Okay, so if that's the price that you're seeing locally, don't buy anything else. Don't buy anything else under $20. There's no reason to buy anything under $20. I mean, and you can buy the 1.75 for $22.50.
Yeah, man, like that.
Those are crazy prices right there. And then AZ said he paid $17. Commandante says, good summary, CG3. Why Captain Kirk is the why? Well, I'm reading it terribly. Why Kirk is the captain? I think AZ has way cheaper booze taxes than most states. Probably, certainly, definitely cheaper than Kentucky. I know that Kentucky liquor tax is insanity.
Arizona, for the way that they seem to operate, is pretty enticing of a state. Not that I want to move there tomorrow, but I think about it quite a lot. The way that people that live there speak about it, like it's cost of living is cheap. Nobody really bother you. It person pay high for the AC, but it's like, it's almost like
Vegas,
you're in the middle.
Vegas,
but it's not as crowded, so it's like it's isolated, but it's not isolated. You know what I mean?
So I mean, I love everything about Kentucky except that. That's the only downside, really. And also, if you're not skilled, then it's hard to find work. Like if you don't have a trade, it's going to be hard to find work here because a lot of people do things for themselves. So unless you're skilled in some kind of way, because people here are pretty self-sufficient because that's just the way it's been for so long. But so, I mean, the reason why the liquor tax is so high here in Kentucky is because of people's view of alcohol. I mean, the county I'm in just went from dry to wet this year, which is a crazy idea. I mean, it's 2021, and we're just finally getting out of prohibition, basically.
Wow. Some of the stuff is weird. Laws are so finicky and subjective, and it tells you a lot about power and how it's controlled. It should be. I don't want to get into it. I'm gonna go a little deep, but
it's like Florida's having fun. Florida,
Texas is having fun.
Yeah, it's Texas too.
So it is what it is.
So the thing is I mean, what drives that here in Kentucky is religion, but it's bad interpretations of the Bible. It's not even. I mean, because what was Christ's first miracle? He turned water into wine. I mean, that was his first miracle. It's the first thing he did to show that he was Christ, right? So the idea that God has a problem with alcohol is insanity. But that is the way that some people interpret the Bible. And so because of that belief, which is not biblical at all, that's why it's taken so long to get away from that. And that's why alcohol is taxed so high, because it's like, well, if we're going to allow it to be legal, then we need to at least get a bunch of money from it.
Yeah, it's like that. And that's the way it is. Good.
Do you like cigars?
I don't smoke at all. Haven't since I was 22. Yeah. I smoke no things.
Me neither.
Yeah, I mean, I used to smoke Black and Milds back in the day when, we'd play spades and I'd sip on whiskey. And
I used to love Black and Mild.
I've never enjoyed smoking.
What's that?
Enjoyed it.
But other stuff.
Well, so
no, I never enjoyed smoking. I just enjoy the effect of something. So not smoking, I've never enjoyed.
I mean, so when I say I used to smoke Black and Milds, that's not really accurate. I would just have a Black and Mild burning in, hanging off my lip. I never really inhaled it that much. I mean, I did some, obviously, but it's to me, it's more like, what's the thing? Like an incense burning.
Okay,
I always just like the smell of the black. But anyway, let's see. Taxes are cheaper but higher shipping rates in Arizona. Okay. High AC, but no high heat. Yeah, for sure. You guys can have that heat though. I'll take the cost of having to heat my home over being hot all the time.
I'm gonna think about that. I think I prefer to live in the heat than the cold, because I've lived in the cold and I hated it. However, I like it when it's a little bit more cold than hot. So for me, I guess when it's like 60 degrees, it's perfect. But when you get under that, that's when it's an issue. When it's like, I can go to 50, and then
50. Anything below 50,
it starts cold to me. It's starting to get cold.
Yeah. So that's basically what it's been here this week. It's been right around 50, and that's like, for me, that's like perfect working weather. Yeah, it's cool enough that you're not sweating your butt off when you're really working. But
even working out.
What's that?
I rather work out when it's a little bit
cold.
Not too cold. So around 60. Like 60 is perfect weather. Anything like 50, it depends. It all depends. I prefer a little bit more warm, because then I got to wear sweats. So I'd rather be just a little warm. Just a little warm.
Super biblical on the stream here, but so Jesus had a sip or two. Yes, he did. He certainly did have a sip or two. In fact, Jesus apparently drank so much wine, and I don't mean that he was an alcoholic, but he was drinking enough wine that the Pharisees actually labeled him as a drunk. So just something to consider when people tell you that God condemns alcohol. Anyway, that was his first human moment. He meant to turn into bourbon, if only, right?
That's funny. What do you want to be when you're young?
That's a good shirt, but I mean, people will be mad about
Yeah,
that.
you
can't do it.
You could do it.
Certain people will like that.
You can do whatever you want to do, but somebody's always going to get offended, you know?
I mean, the thing is, though, like if you look through the Bible, you can tell that God has a sense of humor because he messes with people. Like,
yeah,
you know, he has a little bit of fun with it. And it's not like in a cruel way, but, you know, just the way he goes about dealing with people, sometimes it's kind of funny. So, yeah.
What is life without humor? If you can't learn, you got to laugh at everything. You got to learn to laugh.
Remember the movie Dogma? Did you ever see the movie Dogma?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really poor take on the Bible, but as a movie itself, it's interesting.
And then at the beginning, they said a guy has a sense of humor. Look at was a duck-billed platypus or something like that. I think it said, like the animal, the duck-billed platypus shows that he has a sense of humor. Or someone that said farts.
So B, since AZ's bringing up the smoking. So AZ, glad you quit. So B, do you smoke then? I kind of, because you brought it up a couple times now.
Well, every now and then I'll smoke a cigar. When I'm relaxing, but I'm not. I don't do it every day. So it'd be like once every couple of months.
Yeah, some people appreciate it. Like I've never had an appreciation of it for no reason. I just never at all. So I like the smell of it. I never really made sense to me.
Okay, for me, it was like if I was back in the day when I used to drink and get buzzed, I used to like to smoke Black and Mild, and it seemed like it helps with my buzz from Newports.
I can understand that.
To help with the buzz. But as I got older and I looked into it more, I figured out how to taste the flavors of the cigar. So I could get vanilla, I could get coffee beans and stuff. So that is what I like, the flavors.
I understand. To me, it just never seemed interesting.
I understand.
I get it. But you can just eat some chocolate or vanilla. You know, it's cool. So I like to, like, if it's going to give me if somebody say, it's going to make you feel good, like alcohol make you feel good, then I would probably have done it. But every time I see somebody smoke, I never seen them feeling like how somebody would feel if they smoked some weed or like I didn't see that. So if I would have saw that, it would have probably enticed me. Like,
well, I think that's why they do it with they'll have a bourbon and cigar because it's you're kicking back, it makes you it's comfortable.
I get it. But sometimes it's a habit
and it's comfortable.
Yeah. Plus, I don't even like to smoke. Period. Like I don't even like it around me.
Yeah, see, me, I like certain smoke. I like the smell of like a chimney or the smell of campfire.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, and so as I kind of said earlier, I mean, so like when I was smoking blacks back in the day, it was more like incense than it was for.
Understood. Like I can deal with the incense. I can deal with a candle. I get it. If it tastes the same way it smelled, then probably I would be like, well, let's try this. You know,
well, I didn't mind the taste of blacks. It was just, you know, I know what the health consequences.
That sounds so funny. I don't mind the taste of blacks.
Yeah, I should probably word that different, huh?
Wait. So this is hilarious. So me and my friend was talking about some like in a movie where some like a kid names their dog Blackie because it's black. And so the kid is at a park and it's like, hey, come here, Blackie. And then the dog comes with somebody, you know, that's African American, gets upset for a second. And then like, oh, okay, I get it.
See, I'm a person who doesn't even like the term African American.
I know that. But
like, I just ain't me.
I'm just saying it so you can understand.
No, I get it. I get it because that's become the colloquialism of today. When if you went back 30 years ago, they were calling themselves the Negroes. You know, exactly. So like I'm just the terminology people use to equate. It changes. So it's like, you know, go ahead.
So no, I just want to kind of add to that. So you know, that's interesting, Charles, because so as a white person, I've always felt the same way because I don't think it's accurate. I don't think it's an accurate term. But I also don't feel like black is an accurate term.
Understood.
You know, because you're clearly not. I can see.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So you know, it's kind of this weird space. I mean, but I don't like the term white because
clearly not. We can see you.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I mean, and not only that, but it groups people together, and I don't really like anything that does that because
We talk about that a lot.
because I mean, not all black people are the same, just like not all white people are the same, not all Asian people are the same. I mean,
Yeah,
there's so many differences. There's so many differences in culture, even among white people, let's say, or black people, or
Yep.
so to say, oh well, that's just a black guy or that's just a white guy. That's such a weird approach to take.
Yes, I'm so harsh on this. Like, I'm not going to dive in because I dive into it a lot because there's no like what I find. Okay, I ethnically or genetically I can be related to this person, but culturally or ideologically I can have more in tune with this person. So
Right.
You and I have more in common with me and a generic named Tyrone, even though Tyrone grew up down the street with me. So am I supposed to be more in tune with Tyrone, or should I be more in tune with Sean, who I relate to on everything? So that's what blows me away with people, because we were so quick to say, because of the way you look, you have to be here, or you got to act like that. Well, you're saying that this person who doesn't come from where we come, this person comes from somewhere in Alaska, and they love hip hop more than you. So because they're from Alaska and they're Inuit, you know what I mean? They can't like hip hop and rap because they don't look like you. There's a lot of this stuff people say is illogical to me that I can't relate to, because they're going about generalities and stereotypes instead of saying that people are individuals and we will connect because we have a similar ancestry, but it doesn't mean that you don't have more in common. I don't have more in common with the Aboriginal person than I do with you. You got to have whatever term we want to use to equate people from different groups. So I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent with that. But
No. I mean, I agree. I agree with everything you said. I mean, that's what I've seen in life. I mean, over and over again, growing up, I've been called, all the derogatory names that you associate a white guy that's trying to be black, wigger and all the, and so, but it was, and maybe that is true. Not that I was trying to be black. It's just that was the culture that I was raised. I mean, I'm not saying that as like, so I don't even like saying this because of the way it's used so often today. But I mean, literally, my two best friends growing up were young black guys. That's just what it was. Curtis and El Ray were my two best friends. We played basketball together all the time. We hung out. I mean, those were the guys I partied with. That's just what it was. So, and I stayed at their house. I had their mom's cooking. I enjoyed that. And so, so growing up, I was around that so much that it kind of became part of my culture and my life. That's just, I mean, that's what happens when it doesn't matter who you're associating with, you adopt things from your friends and their family. And
exactly.
So, but the thing is that, looking back on it now as an adult, even those two guys, Curtis and El Ray, even their lives were very different, even though they were both young black men, that the way that, for instance, the way their mothers prepared dinners and things, the way that they talked, what their interests were. So, so that's why when people say, oh, you're trying to be black, what does that even mean? Because which part of black are you even referring to? Because that's a huge variety of things. So what do you even mean by that?
Yeah, I totally understand. And I can kind of go into it. People, they believe because culturally this is what you should be like, and you're not acting what we consider to be culturally appropriate. So if everybody from my demographic or everybody from my group, whatever you want to consider me, how you label me, acts a certain way, and then when I don't act like you think is the cultural norm, then you're trying to be either quote black or you're trying to be white, instead of saying, well, no, this is how my inside, this is my brain, this is how my brain works. I don't think how you think, I think like this. Oh, but since you look like me, this is how you're supposed to be, and it's weird. It's like you can't both like hip hop and country. It's weird. Or you can't but it changes over time, because when I was young, being a black man skateboarding was looked at weird at BMX, where I grew up on like in Christian Hosoi or Tony Hawk, or that's what, so I'm the weird guy because nobody else understood what I liked. They weren't even the guys I'm naming. They didn't even know who they were because they didn't grow up reading Freestyle magazine or Skateboarder or none of that stuff. So I'm just using whatever it is. So if you're everybody in your neighborhood, they're watching Good Times and the Jeffersons, and you watching Star Trek, you're the weird guy. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants you to fit into the matrix of the group of, and when you step outside of that, then you like it's weird. It's like you have to, for you to really love us, you gotta be like us, and that's the problem. Even America is supposed to be this melting pot of it. We're still
great.
We're supposed to be. We're supposed to be a group still, even though we accept individuality, we still supposed to be part of the group. But our problem is it's like people don't want people to be individual anymore. I can have opposite thoughts than you, but still protect you and still treat you humanely, you know, and still get together for the best of us all. Forget what I think. I can sacrifice what I want for what's best for us all. So yeah, I want all the resources because I can control them, but it's not going to be best for us all. So let me share the resources. A lot of people are finding ways to separate instead of, because they don't want to cooperate. You forget that yesterday they were selfish. What are we going to do today? So should I be selfish to you because your people were selfish yesterday? Let's change that. But it's hard for people to change that. And I'm not telling you to give up everything. I'm just trying to say, how can we make it best for the group? Still be you, but make it best for the group. That's the issues we run into, I think. Sorry, I went off on a little tangent.
No. I mean, again, Charles, I could not agree more. You know, I don't. I mean, as I was just kind of saying, I don't like it when, you know, society or groups of people try and like push each. You know, okay, so all white people are this thing, all black people are this thing, all Asians are this. Let's stop putting people into these tiny little boxes, because that's not what people are like. They're not like that at all. So, I mean, it's really frustrating when, you know, especially when you find people that are kind of out of the box thinkers in any kind of group. For instance, if there's a black man that maybe is more right leaning, well, then he's an Uncle Tom, or which that in itself is so funny, because Uncle Tom doesn't even mean what they're implying it means.
Yeah, there you go. it was Sambo, it wasn't Uncle Tom. So
yeah. So really calling somebody Uncle Tom is a compliment. They don't even know that, because they're so ignorant in the first place that they think that they're insulting someone when they're not. Yeah. And they're trying to say, well, basically you're not black enough because of your viewpoints. You know, which is just a funny thing to even say. How could you possibly not be black enough?
Yeah, I don't even get into that. I don't get into none of that. I totally get what you're saying. We talk about this all the time. But I'm sure, I'm just most people. He's not black enough.
Yeah,
how black I gotta be.
Like, how could your ideas change your skin color?
Yeah, it's weird. He didn't act right. He does not acting right. He's okay. All right, bro.
It's just and I see this kind of stuff. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'll try it. You guys go ahead and keep talking. I'm gonna screen share, because Charles, I saw this during the week, and maybe you guys have seen it too. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm just gonna screen share it, and I want your reaction to it, because I don't know, man. I don't know. It might take me a second. You guys continue doing what you do.
Yeah, I'm just having fun chit-chatting with you, bro. Life is about connecting with people. That's what I believe. I want to show everybody love. I really don't care if you don't think like me, as long as you're not hurting other people. I'm always willing to hear other people's thoughts. I'm gonna learn. That's it. I just want to respect other human beings. So hopefully they will respect me. And yeah, we can have differences of opinion. You don't have to be like me. I don't agree with a lot of things, but I'm not going to hate on you as long as you ain't hurting me or hurting other people.
So real quick, before I start this, I want to run through some of the chat here. Folks talking about Mark Twain, and so a lot of people have brought up the bad things that Mark Twain said, and I get it. Yeah, I mean, he said some things that were certainly a little off, but I mean, when you look at the time period, not that it excuses it, but it's unfortunate that a lot of people talk about it. But I do think that Mark Twain certainly had some interesting insight into life. I've never been told by a white person I was acting too white. Yeah, probably not ever going to happen. That's not really a thing that happens. And I don't really understand it in any culture anyway.
It happens to me.
You said, what happens to you?
Where that is a weird thing. I always thought that was weird. You're
not black enough. You're not.
Oh, okay. You're heading to the bathroom, Charles? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll take a once you come back, then I'll take a break, and then we'll do what I was going to do.
Like where I live as a kid, by right, skateboards or BMX, people would say you're trying to be white.
Yeah.
And I hated that.
Well, see, so now El Rey, he was, I mean, granted, he, especially in the black culture, he was very different. He was very book smart. He was very intelligent. He loved to play chess. He was, he was kind of, I guess, what some people would qualify as nerdy. But I mean, like, he had some of the deepest insights into the world for a young person that I've ever come across, because he did read a lot. And so, I mean, constantly when we were hanging out with our other friends, people would be like, "Oh, El Rey, you're acting so white." And that, like, I mean, it bothered me even when I was young, because why is being educated looked at as like not a black thing? Like, if you're educated, then you can't be black. That's such a weird, that's such a weird stereotype. Like, and I really don't understand why the black culture, I mean, not in its entirety, but why some factions of the black culture would even push that kind of an idea.
I have the answer to that if you really want to know.
I really want to know.
Oh, the reason why is because, think about this. We use the term alpha, beta, right? So when, for whatever reason, they weren't hiring black men, they created the underworld was a way that people made money. So you don't have to be educated to sell dope or to do criminal activities. So the people who created those or did those type of activities became the alpha male, and then so it was inspired to other people to want to emulate that. So people was like, "Yo, man, I got to go to school. I can just sell dope, or I can hustle." So that became the norm, and that's why it became celebrated. So it started around the 70s and the 80s, really. Before that, it was all about education, because we took the 50s and the 60s. In the beginning of the 70s, it was all education, and then it shifted in the late 70s and the 80s to I don't need to graduate high school. I can hustle, I can rap, I can do this.
Yeah. Oh, so like
it became attractive. So now,
like right around the time that the CIA was selling crack to the black community.
Exactly. There you go. Exactly. The Contra whole situation. Exactly.
Yep.
Most people don't know about it.
You know what? Exactly. Which is funny because it's documented. It's not even a conspiracy anymore. Like, it's documented for anybody to go research. It's not like a secret. It's not like, that's a factual thing that happened in America. The CIA was taking cocaine from drug lords in South America and then putting it on the streets and the black parts of town. And that's what happened. For anyone that doesn't know, now you know. That is the real thing that happened in America. So
if people don't understand, in nature, how I see it, the man is the provider. So if you can't provide for your family through regular employment, you're going to find a way to provide, which would probably be illegal. And you don't have to have education to do illegal activities. So if you see that I'm going to school, but women are not connected with me, but if I'm robbing and I'm hustling, as long as I got money, women will connect with me. Why would I go to school? Until then it becomes education, a waste of time, man. You don't get no job anyway. And then they start seeing it, then they stop pursuing education. I can just hustle. I can hustle.
So real quick, I'm going to burn through some chat here, and then I'm going to show the video that I wanted to show to Charles and chat and just get everybody's thoughts on it. So real quick, I think me and Charles are roughly the same age, possibly AZ. Just sub to Fun with Whiskey. Awesome. Yes, I encourage anybody on the stream to do that if you haven't already, because me and Charles go back and forth hosting. So that way you can always see us.
Store pick. Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace.
This is old faded away.
The Buffalo is dead. No more Buffalo.
Buffalo Trace store pick.
What sound does a buffalo make?
I don't know.
It's more like a kind of a billow, or I can't do it well, but yeah, they kind of chop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's ask Google. Google is pretty good at playing. Like, let's see how awesome he or she is. Why is she always going to be a she when it's? Yeah, but it sounds like a she. Let's see. Let's see.
So at Whiskey Wars and Fun with Whiskey, bring people together over the common joy of whiskey. Yes, that is our goal. That's why I come here. So I hope you're enjoying the show, Commandante Lou. I know we're off the topic of whiskey a little bit, but you know, once I get loose, I like to talk about world topics.
1 second.
Okay.
What sound does a buffalo make?
Uh-oh. Come on, Siri. Get with the program.
It's not playing. Let me see if I can get it to play it.
Okay. At the end of the day, we all need to pay the mortgage. Exactly, AC.
Can you play a buffalo sound? It's just showing a picture, but it's not making a sound. It's not going to do it. Play the sound of a water buffalo.
While Charles was trying to get that together. So let me explain a little bit.
Won't do it.
Now, you know, I don't agree with everything that Rage has ever put out, and don't agree with a lot of Zach LaRocha's thoughts. But as far as raging against the machine as an idea, and the machine being the government, that is an idea that I can agree with. Plus, I like Rage's music for the most part. I mean, they talk about a lot of the things that I talk about. Now, you know, how they go about.
This is what giraffes sound like.
Oh, it does do it. I messed up.
Yeah, we got a giraffe now.
What a giraffe?
Yeah.
I can do a giraffe.
How do you know? I had the volume down. I was like, why not hearing anything?
Cocaine.
Try
Just
it again.
imagine what sort of nefarious crap they're up to nowadays. Exactly. Still living in the woods. Just imagine what they could possibly be doing today. Imagine it. Just take some time to imagine. Anyway, how's that store pick?
It's actually excellent. Actually excellent. I really, when I tasted it, the first time I said, "Ooh, it's good." So yeah, it's really good. I don't remember it tasting that good.
See, I think it's been open for a couple of months.
Yeah, it's really good. Yes, very, very great. Like excellent. Truthfully, it's a 7. It's like, yeah, easy 7.5. It's up there. Maybe better, but I'm just at the time. It's really good.
Yeah. So just real quick to summarize, and then I want to get into this other thing. So, I mean, Charles knows, so we had discussions about this kind of at more length in other streams, but my personal thought, just to summarize, is that I'm not like an anarchist, to clarify, but I don't agree with human governments as an idea, basically. I don't think that humans are up to the task of governing themselves. I don't think they ever will be. So for that reason, I think they will continue to fail no matter who you elect or whatever the system of government is. Democracy, I think democracy is the best of what we've ever had. I think capitalism works best, just to clarify, but I don't think that any of those will ever really lead to human happiness.
Let me ask you a question, Sean. You said something, there's no disagreement. It's a question. When you say democracy, what type of democracy are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I think that people voting for, although, you know, we could get deep into whether or not that's actually still happening today, but in any case, I think that the people voting for who should be in charge of their government, I think, I mean, in the very true sense of that, I don't think that it's happening nearly as efficiently as it could now. I think that when people are not doing their jobs, they should be removed and replaced. That's not really how things work. But in any case, I think that democracy is the best human government we've ever seen. So American democracy.
1 second. Do you believe more like democracy, meaning everybody vote, or representative democracy? Which one do you prefer?
Okay, so everybody voting, yes. Here's where it falls apart, though. And I know
we have a representative democracy. We don't have a true democracy in America. You know that, right?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's where it breaks down, though. I feel like is that there's so many people that are uneducated about what the people they're voting for
I agree.
are actually, you know, what their stance is on things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I feel like almost it's like, well, that guy's a Republican, so I vote for him, or that guy's a Democrat, so I vote for him. And there's no further thought. They don't research, and so I spend a lot of time. Even though I'm neutral politically, I like to see what's going on in the world. And so I think the only way you can really do that is watching the Congress floor or the Senate floor, what's being discussed, how our laws are actually being made, how are court justices appointed, and so forth. And so those are the discussions where the way our country is run actually gets worked out. So, and if you look, I don't have to guess. If you look at the views on those kinds of videos, there's usually very low, usually less than 20,000 views.
I agree.
When you consider there's 330 million people in the country, that's a very small percentage of the population that's paying attention.
I agree. I don't disagree with you. My statement is that most people don't even understand what type of government we have. They think we have a democracy when we really have a republic, and most people don't understand that. So then I'll ask them, which are you for? Not you. I think you have a gist of it. Like if people say they want a democracy, so then I say, do you representative or just straight democracy? Because straight democracy means everybody votes. Representative, then you got somebody that's going to represent you for your vote. And most people, I think if you could get a democracy to actually work, it's perfect. However, they have not figured out a way to make it work perfectly. And most people are ignorant, and most people don't want to participate. So you never have a true democracy. That's why they have representative democracy, because
and so far the representative system has worked pretty well. So we could debate whether or not there are corrupt representatives that are maybe
they are. It's always going to be. Yeah, they've been arguing. Like, I'm still people I know, but the philosophers in the past, Rousseau, Hobbes, Locke, they've been arguing this when this nation began, after they were researching other people and other forms of government to make the most perfect government they can come at this time, which is the great nation of the United States, which is still not perfect. So that's something I'm still a student, so I'm still studying. So,
politics is complex, especially in America. It's complicated.
It's a philosophy. So you got to study the origin of how they came up with the philosophy to create the government that they have. And most people are not going to do the research to understand what the thinkers who created this constitution were thinking, what they read, who they studied, what government they looked at. They looked at the French Revolution, looked at all this stuff to create what we had. They were trying to get respect from the French. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were trying to do. So that's really what they want to be seen as a nation. They wanted to. It was the reason they separated from the British government in the first place was taxation without representation. They feel that they was because of them housing British troops, that they needed funding in Great Britain, and then they started just taxing stuff that the colonies didn't think they should have been taxed. We don't have nobody representing art, so you're not caring about what we're going through. That's how I started. More to it than that, but.
So are you guys want to see the internals?
Sorry, change the subject real fast. I would love to see it.
So B, we'll get to that in just a minute, but real quick, AZ, I cannot let this slide, my friend. Humans are not too far from apes. I can't agree with that statement at all in any shape or form. Now, maybe you weren't on that stream. That was probably one of the first streams that me and Charles did. So I can't remember if you were there or not. I apologize if you were. But some good reading material for you, my friend. If you're really interested, the reasons that I do not believe in evolution. Now, I want to be clear on that. When I say I do not believe in evolution, Charles is shaking his head.
No. B asked me, was I hungry, and I said no.
Oh, okay.
I'm not shaking my head at you. I'm shaking my head at are you hungry? And I'm like, no.
Okay, so the reason I do not believe in evolution, and I want to be clear what I mean by that, I do not believe in macroevolution, which is the idea that one species evolves into another species. I believe, and it's scientifically proven, that microevolution is happening. So what is microevolution? That is really what I would call species adapting to their environment. That's probably a more accurate word to describe microevolution.
Lifting weights, tanning is a form of microevolution.
Exactly. And there's all kinds of examples of that. But here's the key takeaway, and then I'll recommend some books, is that microevolution never, and I mean never in any scientific study, you can study all the literature, microevolution never leads to a new species. It's never been documented. There's been all kinds of lab tests to try and do it unnaturally. What happens when you try and push the boundaries of a species is the species mutates in a way that they become less efficient and they die. That's what happens over and over and over again. So now books, because it's a long subject and I don't want to do it all tonight. I don't have enough faith to be an atheist is a more biblical take on that. If you're interested in that, if you want a more scientific perspective, I would suggest Darwin's Black Box or Darwin's Doubt. They're both long. They're both very scientific, but the information in them is very sound and absolutely scientific proof. So if you're interested, go for it. Then humans are imperfect, so no system of governing them will ever be perfect. I agree.
I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
My statement, this is not to be in opposition. This is my statement. People have to believe what they want to believe. I'm not here to tell people what they should believe. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions about whatever you choose to believe in. That's my statement.
Well, so I got to fire back, Charles. You know how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Me and Charles, I think the first time we talked about this, we went back and forth for probably 2 hours, it seems.
Yeah.
Like. So I'm not going to rehash all that, but I guess my issue is that I have an issue with people believing things that I know are not true.
Yes.
So and that's where I feel like the theory, and let's be clear, it is still a theory. The theory of evolution is. It's very firmly in the not true category to me. Right. And until I see, and that's the thing, is that like if there were literature out there, scientifically proven, peer-reviewed literature out there that really proved macroevolution, which is the evolution of one species to another, then we could have a whole different conversation. But currently that does not exist. I
understand. I have no argument against that. My statement that I will make, people need to come to their own conclusions. I can tell you what I believe. You still have to figure it out for yourself. That's my statement.
Well, that's true.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not even going to get into it. I'll leave it alone.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
definitely
I'm saying.
agree with I would say it's important and almost imperative that each person does their own research. I think what's lacking is that most people aren't. That's what makes me sad about our current.
I want to study 90% of the time. I wish that's the only thing I would tell the younger me was
study more.
No, not like explain why and what you should, like how you should speak. Because if I would have spoke how I speak now, then people would have understood me and maybe they would have gave me more of that. Like they should have never, like I was never like held back, but I always felt in school it was a waste of my time because you didn't teach me what I wanted to know. So I didn't have. I wish I was born today because I could have had everything done early, like because I would have researched it because I like to learn. Like if you told me if I got to learn with these people and they're slow, I'm not going to be interested.
Yeah.
I don't need to know that. I want to know this. I want to know this.
100%.
And then if I got to know this, tell me why. Because I passed this to get. If you say you passed this, you can take it straight to there. I would have got straight A's to get there because I want to know this. This is what I want to know. This is what I want to know. I got to do this. They never explained that to me, and that's the problem with the school system. We don't all learn the same. We don't all learn the same. Some people learn fast, some people learn slow. And if you
why do I need to take college English if I'm a science major?
That makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. You understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you can tell me why I have to do this, then I understand it. I always reflect on being a child and like I love to learn. I don't mind reading. I will look up every word. I don't mind trying to take a equation and sit in 3 days to figure it out. I don't mind that. You just have to tell me why I need to do this and what's the purpose of it. Then you can't tell me I want to play Zelda. You need to do that. Why do I need to do that? Well, you're supposed to do it. I don't want to do it. So that's the way I was thinking. And you had to explain to me, listen, son, one day I'm going to die. You got to take care of yourself. And then I need people with these skills so you can get paid to survive in this system because you can't survive without money. Tell me that at 5. I want to know that at 5. Tell me that at 5.
My dad told me that.
Yeah, nobody was telling me that. I'm just being honest. The realities of life.
Real quick to what AZ said, I know we're getting off on an evolutionary tangent here, but so this is exactly what Charles said, almost identical. So he related it to lifting weights or tanning. It's the same kind of adaptations that we're talking about. So a rabbit's coat changing over time to reflect the colors of the climate that it's in now is adaptation. Here's what needs to be very clear, though. See, scientists that are on the evolutionary side are really good at this. They're really good at muddying the waters of what's what. And so what is not happening in that situation that you're referring to? In fact, Darwin had a very similar study where he studied sheep. And over time, through breeding, their coat would get thicker because the thicker coated sheep would survive better in the winter. But what needs to be very clear in all these kinds of studies, where you're talking about Darwin's finches, or if you're talking about the moth study, or if you're talking about rabbits, or it doesn't really matter what the study is, what never happens ever is a new species occurring. That never happens. So, and that's what true evolution is. I mean, if we were talking about evolution like the way that, say, Dawkins describes it, that is evolution from one species to another, which has never ever been documented. And so that's where we need to make these distinctions, because it's easy to say that evolution is proven because we see the adaptation in many species, and no one disagrees with that. I mean, no one that's scientifically informed. But what we can disagree with is that evolution from one species to another is not documented. There's no peer-reviewed information to prove it. And so that's all I'm saying is that, so here's my thought is that, I'll leave it at this and then we can move on unless Charles wants to add more to it. But my final thought on this is if God were intelligent enough to make everything that we see around us, the entire universe, why is it far-fetched to think that he could not make living beings with the ability to adapt to the climate that they're in? And I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that. Buffalo Trace is really good.
I like it. Best thought of the night right there. Scientists need to write in complete sentences. Probably so. It is possible God created the amoeba and it took off from there. Okay, so I know you typed this probably while I was talking, but the problem is that idea is completely unproven. In fact, beyond just not peer-reviewed information showing evolution from one species to another, also the fossil record is a huge problem for evolution. It doesn't fit. Again, the books I stated earlier. But then also, this is probably the biggest issue for evolution. I mean, if we're being honest, and this is covered tremendously in Darwin's Doubt and Darwin's Black Box, the information that is contained in our cells is so tremendous that the idea that it got there by chance, or whatever word you want to put there, that is a stupid thought to have. I have no other way to put it, because the numbers are numbers that's hard to even comprehend. So the idea that the information that's contained in, say, the cell of our DNA, or I'm sorry, the DNA in our cell, or the way around, whiskey's getting to me a little bit. It's 10 to the 174th power. That's the chances. So just for reference, there are 10 to the 172nd atoms in the universe. So the idea that information that's in our DNA got there by chance is complete insanity. I mean, just from a mathematical perspective. So that's what true evolutionists are up against. The universe is a system, not a magic trick. Agree. I'm not talking peer review, just points of interest, just plain. Okay, I got you. You're just screwing with me, AZ. I like it. All right, so
let me help him out. 2 + 2 is 4.
True.
There you go. I helped you out. See how smart that was? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Thank you, Charles. I like it. So now I keep putting this off, and actually I need to pee, but I'll wait till after I share this, because I got to get your thoughts on it. And B, are you still with us?
Yep.
Okay. Are you able to see the screen as well?
Are you sharing the screen yet?
I'm about to. I just want to make sure that B can see this, because I want to get you guys' take on this, because I saw it this week, and I'm disappointed that we're here in our society. I'll just
I can see it.
Share the screen. I want to see it.
Okay. All right. Let me start sharing. Share screen.
Yeah, share that tab if you're share the tab.
Can you not see it?
Hold on.
Power dynamic.
Can you guys see it or not?
No, get it. I don't see it. What are you
don't?
sharing?
Okay. Trying to figure out why you guys can't see it.
I can do it for you. Like I think because you can push when you share the screen and then push share that tab and then it'll share that tab.
Okay.
Because there's a tab on it. Like if you tell me the video, I can probably do it for you.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Colin Kaepernick. I got it. Yeah. No, what he's saying is he's making playing professional athletes like slaves.
I know, but it's like stand on a stick of butter.
I don't even understand where that is now. It's a box.
Oh.
Yeah, but they do the same thing. Like that's you're an athlete, and they're investing money in you to perform, and they're paying you well. So if you don't, the
problem with people can make anything something.
It's cool, but they do the same thing in the military. They test you out to see if you qualify to get in. And then depending on how well you perform is when you advance or don't. If you don't, like it's everybody can't become a SEAL. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking? Like I get it. Like if you don't like what they're paying, you create your own league. That's all you got to do. Walk away. Start your own team.
So let's talk about the differences though in actual slavery and the NFL.
I already know where you're going with it. Just heard what I just say. They have a choice to walk away, and they get paid. You're not nobody putting you're getting compensated immensely for playing the game.
Whereas other people couldn't walk away.
Listen, I would love to play basketball. I've never given the opportunity because I don't have some people's physical talents or didn't know the right people at the right time. So there's always going to be stuff you got to give up to do certain things. It's life. If you work for somebody else, you got to comply. If I live in America, I got to follow the laws. If you don't, then leave and create your own. You got the freedom to quit and to complete.
Go to another country.
You got a freedom to make that video.
Yeah.
So somebody else is there shooting you. You can't even say that. So I don't even get involved with it. I understand how you may feel or how much you only get the money people want to give you. Start your own league if they're not paying you right. Start your own football team. If you do it.
I agree.
Well, so I mean, let's be clear here. Colin was not let go because of the kneeling thing, right?
There's more to it than we know.
Yeah, he was replaced before the kneeling thing even started happening. So
I don't research him like that. I don't have. I'm a vet, and I respect the flag. I don't care no matter what. Like I say this to people. If you have a problem with the Confederate flag, then you need to have a problem with the United States flag too, because slavery is on both systems. So what are you talking about? So I understand the history, and we don't need to change history. Let history be because that's what it was, and respect it because we have grown as a society. But people can't see past that. So I would never kneel. I mean, because to me, it's so many people that serve to protect, to create this nation we got. Why would I dishonor them? But I'm not knocking somebody else who does. I just won't do it because it's so many people I serve with that are dead. So, so I look at it differently. However, I'm not mad at what you do. So I can't even speak on the NFL. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get a little passionate about it.
No, go for it.
I don't think anyone owes you anything other than what you do work. So if I do a day's of work, you pay me. If we make a contract, we agree with that. However, if they choose not to hire me again, I can't complain and say they should hire me because if they make laws for me to work for them, either I follow their laws or they don't. And it's all subjective. It's not like it's one concrete thing. You know what I mean? So it's like you live in New York. They say that you got to get shot to play. Play or don't. I'm never going to get mad at you for what you do. That's it. But don't say they're wrong. That's the state law. Move to another state, or don't play. So I don't understand a lot of people's complaints. Life will never be fair. There's always going to be whoever, some Asian, some Black, some whoever is not going to like somebody for whatever you see them. We don't have to empathize. I respect your humanity. That's what I respect. Your plight ain't my plight. So why should I hate to speak like this. People, you're not with us. I am with you. I'm just with life ain't fair. I say.
I think that statement, I think that statement kind of summarized where you were getting to, and also one of the most important statements that everyone should just adopt today. Life is not fair, so get over it. Stop all the crying, all the whining. First off, nobody cares. That's the biggest thing. We don't care. Especially if you're Colin Kaepernick. We literally
You got millions. You got millions.
care. We do not care about your problems. You're a millionaire. Stop with the bull crap.
You got millions. Listen, I don't hate on anyone. I'm not knocking you. I'm proud. You listen. Some people will never get the opportunity that are better than you or not. It doesn't matter. You got yours. You want people to follow you. It's cool. Do you? Feel free to speak it. Just understand that you're going to get somebody like me who just don't care. I'm doing what I'm doing. I want to. Sean is my homeboy. I'm going to look out for Sean because it's my friend. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. And if you care about your friends. There's NFL players that don't care nothing about me, but if you get hurt, they're there for you. Life ain't fair. It is what it is. I don't worry about that. Be the best person you can be and stop expecting everybody to empathize with your plight unless it's serious. Like your children is suffering and you need help to get them out the rubble, or you just whatever. You can't get a liver donor and you need to liver and people want. That's what I'm with. I'm not with. Well, they got a air conditioner. I don't got one, and it's 80 degrees. I don't care about you not. Listen,
right.
We all gotta suffer.
Yeah.
You know, somebody, as long as you ain't dying, it's cool. You know.
I mean, so just
sorry, man.
I wanted to.
He do this on purpose because he know I'm gonna go there. He does this every time.
Yeah. No, I mean because I knew that you would have a passionate take on that, and I wanted you to because I think it's important because what he has done in that video is such an injustice to history that it's appalling to me that. I mean, now I am all for freedom of speech. I want to be very clear. So I don't believe that this should be taken down or banned or any of that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that people should view that and think that is the most ignorant take that you could ever have on. I mean,
a lot of them feel like that, though. A lot of them feel like that when they're driving by homeless people in their Bentleys. Like, it sucks to be you. So I dude. If you really cared so much about your people, give up all your millions and spread it to the community, then I'll be like, he cares. But you're not going to do that. You're going to keep getting your free shoes, getting your free Nike stuff, driving around in your Bentley with your beautiful girl you couldn't get if you wasn't in the NFL. So you can't tell that to me because I'm happy for everybody who want to be you.
Let's be fair here. If you took the fro away from Colin Kaepernick and he had just regular hair like he used to,
know what he was.
You would think the dude was like an Arab or a Puerto Rican dude.
You wouldn't know what he was.
Think he was a black dude.
I think he's like mixed, right? He's like half white. See, that's what confuses me. If you're 50% white and you're 50% black, that means you're half and half. Why did everybody say, "Oh, I'm black"? What if they want to say, "Well, I'm white"?
The black gene is
it doesn't.
And here's what's even crazier to me. Homeboy was adopted and he had two white parents, and he's
weird.
I
knew that. I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not. But that's the whole point. We're talking about culture. I grew up in a black community with two black parents. I should be more than everybody, and I'm down with black people. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not gonna hate Sean. Why? Sean, you've been cooler to me than a lot of people that I grew up with. I'm just using an example. So I don't understand the way people think. I have empathy. I don't want to see anyone hurt. I want everybody to get a chance, an opportunity. That's what. But we can't compensate what happened yesterday. I'm sorry that my dad wasn't the king and your dad was. So because your dad was the king and my dad wasn't, you need to give up all your kingly assets for me because that's the way it's going to be fair. I don't believe in that. That's stupid. You know, it was me. That's what they're saying. Okay. Listen, because people came from Europe and from Africa, wherever they came from, we destroyed all the Aboriginal Americans. We need to give up all the land back to them and leave. That's not going to happen. So a lot of these statements is in the moment. I wish they would help everyone. It got to be fair. That ain't fair to punish the kids for something they ain't even involved with. Don't make sense to me. I'm sorry. If you're gonna subscribe from whiskey, let's just drink it from the whiskey because I go on this all day. That's why I don't even do live streams. Sooner or later, somebody gonna say something to me, and I'm the real Charles who's gonna come out there to try to keep in. You don't want that. You don't want it.
I mean, to me, these are the best parts of the night, man. Is like when we get deep into it. And so just to kind of elaborate on what you said earlier. So here's my thing. If Colin were truly invested in the black community, then why aren't you starting like boys and girls clubs in black communities? Why aren't you, doing outreach programs for fatherless children? Why aren't you trying to help kids that are uneducated get better education? Why aren't you doing that instead of making these bullcrap videos?
Or do what, like, let's say I'm gonna say something wrong. Elon Musk made me proud when they said, "Hey, your money could take care of homeless." He said, "Prove it to me, and I'll sell my stock could take care of the homeless. I'll do it if you prove it. I like that. That's a good statement.
Yeah.
And like the stock fell because he said it. I said, man, everybody gonna say that. You know, everybody not gonna say that. Everybody not gonna say that. They talk it, but they're not gonna do it. You know what I mean? He said, I donate all the profits. Hell, because his money's in his stock. You know what I'm saying? That's people don't do it. They talk it, but they're not with it. And
he seemed to be with it.
Yeah, he seemed to be with it. You know, that's all I'm saying. Like that dude who had a company CEO, and then he said, I'm gonna pay all my workers the same, including myself. Then his workers got together and bought him that Tesla. I said, that dude's about it. Everybody talking, but they're not doing it. This one dude ran this company in Seattle. I give him credit. He was making millions. He said, you know what? From today, everybody gonna make this the same wage. And I'm gonna make sure everybody, even the lowest worker, is gonna make $60,000 a year. So they said, what's your wage? He said, I make $60,000. He said, I had to make it work. And the profits went up. All his workers got together and got him a Tesla. And he said, that was my dream car. And he said, do you regret doing it? He said, no, because everybody happy. Some people, I'm not saying to do that. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. But if you're going to talk it, be about it. People talk. I don't know, I'm not hating on him. But if you really feel about that much about black people in general, will you give your millions to help black people? Will you say, I'm going to find it, put it on the news? I need to find one company that wants to disseminate my money, and we're going to pay for 300 houses for black people. Give them my money and pay for their houses so they can they got the generational wealth now because they own their properties. Are you going to do that? Sorry, most people not. They just talk it. So I don't even talk that stuff.
Even when I think with Ice Cube and those chicks, right? They want somebody else to do it for them. He did. Oh, he was tough on that. What do you want? Yeah, what do you want in here? Yeah, exactly. Yep. You need to do
real quick. Want to run through some of the chat here. Life isn't fair, and S costs money. Two things my father taught me. Absolutely. Did Colin donate for a hospital in tough neighborhoods? Nope. No, he did not. I like the real Charles. Yes, we all do.
I try. I'm sorry, because I don't want to get people to think. Do you? If you think you're so proactive and you so like I'm trying, then do it. Once y'all talking, but you're not willing to sacrifice $1 to help the community, but they talk it all the time. Make a video, but you're not giving up your millions. You're not giving it up. So stop it. You know, life ain't fair. You know,
Charles is a free thinker. I absolutely. So if you go back and watch our first stream, I can't remember. I believe it was on Charles' channel. Charles was talking about how he felt like I knew how he thought and all these kind of things. And I mean, to a degree, I did. I only kind of knew Charles at that point. But I mean, I could tell by watching his conversations. Now, granted, for those of you that don't know, Charles has another channel where he just does kind of thought conversations. So if you haven't seen that, you should check it out. But and Charles, it's
my name, Charles Gilmore 3.
Okay, yeah. That's what I wanted to say, but I couldn't remember if there was more to it. So in any case, so after watching that, I knew that Charles was the right guy. I knew that he was the guy that I wanted to do streams with, because those were the kind of conversations I was interested in having. Because, and it's nothing against the rest of Whiskey too. I mean, like, I appreciate the games and all the kind of stuff that a lot of people are doing. That's cool. But I wanted to have more deep conversations. And maybe Whiskey Tube is the wrong place for that. I don't know. Time will tell, I guess. But that's what I was interested in doing. It seemed like Charles was into that, and that's why I reached out to him. Like, hey, man, you want to start doing streams together? And it's been, I've loved every single one of them. I mean, sometimes we've maybe gotten a little too deep, I felt like, but I mean, I've enjoyed every single one of them. And so, yeah, I hope we can keep doing it for a long time.
It's never too deep for me. Never. Like,
what I mean is too deep for
other people. Yeah. I enjoy drinking whiskey. I'm kind of really into it. That Buffalo Trace is so good. Like, B poured me some. I said, that's too much. I poured some in his glass. Now I want some back. I'm mad as hell. I'm joking. Now he gave me the glass. Yeah, man. I have love for Colin. I know he has a good intent, but to me, it's just empty words. It's empty words. I'm assuming. Like, I try to think the best for people.
Okay. So my thing is, Charles, I've been watching his actions for a long time. So here's the thing. Here's my transition on Colin Kaepernick. Mm-hmm. I used to be a fan. So I don't know if you remember this, but I think it was a Beats commercial, and they were playing I'm the Man by Aloe Black.
Yes, I like that.
He's getting off the bus.
I'm the man. Yes, I am.
Yeah. So you remember that commercial?
Yeah, I know the song. I don't watch
So
much
anyway,
television, so
that's back when he was playing for San Francisco. You know, it was like his rookie year, the year after he was a rookie. And so at that time, I was a Colin fan. Like I wanted to see him do good. And then, you know, it was a couple years later, then he wasn't doing so hot, and he got replaced as quarterback. And then he started with this kneeling BS. And then I was like, okay, here we go. And then from there, you know, I was kind of watching him because I was interested in him as a player. So I wanted to see what he would do.
Mhm.
And it just, for me, it just got worse and worse. And it just became more like, you know, race baiting and, you know, all the call signs I look for in a person that is, I don't know.
A lot of money in that, bro. A lot of money
Yeah.
in hate. People don't even realize it.
Yeah.
It's just all you gotta do is like it's hard for me. Like I'm biased. I always gonna say this. I'm sorry, people, don't get offended. I'm biased for men. I think about how men should be because we have a system that seems to be, in my opinion, trying to effeminize men or make. I'm not into this genderless society. It just doesn't really work with me because women don't think like I think. So I'm opposed to that, and I'm trying my best to be nice with it. So I'm trying to tell men to wake up, dude. You can't. I'm gonna just be quiet. Let's just be quiet. Say be quiet for me, please.
Nah, go.
No, I'm telling Brian.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm just be okay.
You speaking?
Get it, Charlie. Get it.
No, it's nothing bad. I just
I'm saying I feel the same way you feel, so I know how you think. So I think the same way you think.
you don't want a lion not to be a lion, and that's the problem. You telling a lion not to be a lion. Like somebody I know told me that. Or listen, or maybe I'm not. I am a lion, just like you're a tree.
I'm a lion. I'm a lion.
So I'm just saying, but
You're free.
yes. So the statement I'm trying to make is that's my biggest issue is when you telling people to not like I understand respect in society and trying to be fair, but a man is stronger than a woman. There's no black widow gonna come and whoop a 6'7" producer bee's butt. It's not happening. You know, you can't get in a 350-pound 16 guy's face. What you gonna do? And not expect him to knock you out. So stop that. You know, it doesn't make sense. And I'm not promoting any kind of bond and said, oh, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you can't let society turn us into these. I'm not saying don't be sensitive somewhat. You know, we men. We hunt. We kill. That's what we do. You know, that's what we do. When do we stop being men? When do you stop? We don't shoot the deer. If I don't kill this deer, we don't eat. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This is how we eat.
So sorry. Charles, that's a very real point, actually. So me as a hunter, that's something I've experienced over and over again. And this is just reality for anybody that doesn't know. There's a reason there's so few female hunters. It's not that females aren't good at hunting. That's not why. It's just that they don't have the mental disposition to do it. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, I've talked to yeah. I can't say, oh, I always got to do that. That's me. Well, I'm not done yet. Yeah. So, I mean, I've talked to many females about this, and you know, most females do not appreciate my hunting experience. Now, there are some that do, but those are kind of that's the fringe group. You know that you're going to find, and it's the same true of males. You know, I mean, there's males that don't enjoy hunting. I mean, but if you look at the majority in both groups, it seems to be just a mental way, the way that they think men can process hunting differently than women. Now, we could go on and on about why that is, but historically, that's always been true. There's a reason why men have always been hunters, and I think it's because we're mentally prepared to do it better than women. But at the same time, there are women are prepared to do things better than men. There are these roles that it seems like we were designed to fulfill.
I agree. I agree. I try to suck that in, but that's the problem. Have you ever had to work with chicks? The way they communicate ain't how me and you communicate. And I gotta remember, I don't speak womanese, but I gotta learn. And it irritates me because I don't speak. Listen, you tell me I'm doing something stupid, I'm cool. Hey, Charles, it's dumb. Don't do that, dude. Or how do you say it? Even if you're yelling at me, as long as I get it. Oh, you let me go. You shouldn't talk to me like that. Now her hand is cut off because I couldn't tell her what she was doing was dumb. And I could have saved your life if I could have just told you it because you would have got it. Maybe you could have said it a different way. Well, any other way wouldn't have saved you. It would have saved you. Wouldn't have saved your hand. That's my issue. So I think that's my flaw. That's it. I'm not good at it, and we've let the power go so far over there that it's not working out. It's just really turning horrible. Like I told you, that's my biggest issue. I think, but I don't want to talk about that all the time either. But that's the biggest issue is how. Because I'm buying for men. That's my. Other than that, I don't care about nothing else. I'm buying for humanity. I want people to be treated fairly and as equal as possible. But listen, you are bigger than me. You need to eat more food than me. Why would I want to say we got to split it fairly when you are 6'10", 700 pounds, and I'm 5'1", 100 pounds? Why would I eat as much as you? That doesn't make sense.
I feel like B gets taller every time you mention his height. So now I'm curious how tall B actually is.
He's 6'7". He's 6'7".
So real quick, AZ says whiskey pairs well with philosophy internationally. I would agree with that. I mean, me and Charles have talked about this many times. Is that like whiskey is like this lubricant that just loosens up the gears and gets the conversation going. That's the way that I look at it. I think Charles has said things kind of similar to that. It kind of allows for people to speak more freely. It seems like to me, and more honestly, I would say.
I agree.
See, I'm gonna say this about me. I think I'm always honest. I just don't want to get into the fight with people, so I suck it in.
Well, see,
Go ahead.
I think you're more loose.
I understand.
When you have the alcohol.
I agree. But I'm always honest. I just suck it in.
Yeah.
When I don't suck it in, when I start drinking, that's it. Like I suck it in. I'm way more quickly to tell people exactly what I'm thinking when I'm drinking.
So
when I'm not drinking, I still will do it. But I say no, don't do it. I'm good to say no. I try to tell you to tell me no. You don't go ahead. You guys just let
So I'm trying to get 10 grand from Chuck for this project, right? And so I know to do it when he's buzzing.
I'm gonna be quiet because he knows once I say I'm gonna do something, I'm sucked in. So I gotta consciously tell myself no. But I get you. So you just said it more. So now I know you're really thinking about it. I'll give it some thought. How about that? Because I get what he's saying.
So here's the thing. Now I can't speak for Charles, but B, I promise you, there is no amount of alcohol that would make me more willing to give away 10 grand.
Yeah, but you're not getting what I know what he's saying. Because he ain't really said it like I would say it. Like,
yeah,
you know what I would say. Like, yo, this is what I need. Can you do this? Well, let me know if you can. But you haven't said that.
Yeah, but it's gonna come.
See, you're warming me up. You talked about it once. I get it now. So I figured it out.
So real quick, hanging AZ, I'm kind of backtracking a little bit here. So about other streams and their silly hats, so that's their thing. I mean, I love those guys. I'm not going to speak ill of them. And plus, I wear silly hats all the time. So, I wear a silly hat, drink whiskey, and talk philosophy. That's the only difference.
Okay. Awesome.
If y'all weren't so real, I couldn't trust the bourbon recommendations. Well, thank you, Lou. I appreciate that. I think me and Charles, even though we may have differences here and there on philosophy, I think that's one thing that we agree on is honesty. Regardless, I forget who I was talking to. I think it was maybe the last stream. Like, I don't care how famous I get in the future. No one's going to be able to pay me enough to make a review like, oh, yeah, for instance, this crap bottle right here. I'm never going to say this is a good bourbon. It's not going to happen. I don't care if Woodinville gave me $1 million. They're getting the same review. That's a crap bottle of whiskey. I don't care how much money you give me.
I'm going to say it again. Buffalo Trace is good.
Charles trying to get that right there.
I'm really enjoying Buffalo Trace.
No, I've heard those store picks are really good. I haven't seen one ever, but yeah, I'm sure they're good.
Very, very good.
Still have them at our liquor store.
Get them. Let's get one. We'll get it. We get you and send it. So how we get it? I'll make it happen.
Let's see here.
We always. I got it out there. Don't worry about it. I just grab it. I buy it and I do it.
We need to trust a man for whiskey. Hey, come on now, AC. Are you saying that you don't trust our recommendations, AZ? I'm hurt. Let's see. Post whiskey fun size Snickers left over from. Oh, okay, I got you. Kind of read that weird, but anyway, men and women are a team. Agreed. In fact, That's
we
what
all have
I'm
something.
gonna say, who don't agree with that?
Yeah.
I totally
The
agree. I love ladies.
the
Love
Bible,
ladies.
and I know that this is very controversial these days, but the Bible actually calls the woman the complement of the man, and that's not even.
I agree.
I agree with that statement.
I agree
1,000%. That,
Yeah.
I think women buckle against that.
And here's what needs to be clear. That doesn't mean that that's a lesser position or inferior. That's not. It's just saying that you complement each other. And I think that in a good relationship, that's true.
They don't like obey they don't like that word obey.
I can go so deep on that one. It's not. It's an important position. It's just not the head. I'm making a joke with that one, but it's still true.
I agree.
You know,
Charles always he's gotta work it in. Men are hungrier for some damn meat. Yeah, probably so. Yeah, I know that's true of my wife. My wife is not much of a meat eater. I mean, like she likes meat. I mean, like me and Charles, we've talked about this many times. Like a good steak is hard to beat. I mean, but most women don't really feel that way.
I haven't met too many women that like steak like men do. Like most women want some vegetables. Vegetables. I want some greens. Charles, you're not eating enough salad.
I mean, honestly, my wife is just as happy with like a nice piece of, not like cheap bread, but like a nice piece of bread and some really nice jelly. She's just as happy with that as she is a steak. I don't understand that at all. But or like a really good bagel and some like cream cheese. She loves that. And I'm like, why aren't you eating steak?
Yes,
I need some celery.
I want some vegetables. Charles, you know, I want some avocado and some broccoli.
I can't talk to you, Brian, because you don't eat vegetables. You eat animals.
I'm vegan. I'm better than you.
So, here's what's crazy is that now I'm I'm not ashamed. I was vegan for a year and a half.
That's okay.
But here's what's interesting is that the more
I did raw vegan before, straight raw vegan, nothing but raw vegan foods.
But I realized I craved carbohydrates more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And so that's what I was getting to is that the more I researched it, the more I realized is that in order to be vegan and be healthy, it's very difficult because that's what you were just saying, B, is what a lot of vegans do. They just stack up the carbs. And so then what you're actually doing is you're increasing your glucose rate in your bloodstream. And so then you work towards diabetes, which is obviously harmful. So in order to be a healthy vegan, you have to avoid, a ton of carbohydrates. And most vegans don't do that.
It's hard to do.
And the problem is that if you're a working person, especially if you work in the labor force, very intensive work, it's very hard to maintain your energy levels on a vegan diet. I mean, you almost have to eat nonstop, and it's just not sustainable.
I agree.
Understood. So,
that's the thing. I don't know if you know Sean Baker. He says the exact same thing.
I agree with it. I noticed
is that Sean Baker said the carnivore diet, the carnivore way of eating is easy, sustainable. It's so
easy.
It's easy.
The problem is if you don't have the ability to cook it. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're in a time, and it takes, like if you haven't already had it prepared, or you don't have an hour to cook and clean up, that's when it becomes difficult because like vegetables is already ready, just eat and go. But meat, you got to cook it. You got to cook it. That's the only issue.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, Charles, because like I said, I did it for a year and a half, and I can say with certainty that I had to be much more careful planning my meals when I was vegan than a standard diet because it's so much harder to make sure that you're maintaining a balanced diet.
I agree.
Especially maintaining your amino acids and your protein intake. And it's not that you can't get enough protein, it's just that you have to plan it.
You can eat just steak for the rest of your life and be healthy, but people don't believe that. Just steak. Eat just steak. That's all you eat. Just eat just steak for the rest of your life, and most likely you'll be healthy.
That's the Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan diet.
Yeah, it is. The CG3 diet pretty much too. Well, I eat other stuff too. Don't get it twisted. I will, but majority I eat just meat, like mostly. But I still slide in some vegetables every now and then, cauliflower, pizza or two. But mostly it's a big old juicy steak.
So, real quick, this stream is not shelf turds, but they have their place. So I've watched shelf turds a couple times, and well, I'm not going to speak ill of them, but it's not my thing. There's a lot of channels I enjoy, and I'm sure they're good people. It's just not really my form of entertainment, but to each their own. No, you're on point. You got me on Team Evan Williams. Well, we're all happy about that. Obey and consume. I'm not sure what that was related to. I'm a little behind in chat here, trying to catch up. Men need the meat for muscle mass. Absolutely.
I agree.
Celery with
next.
Grey Poupon, right.
You got the joke. You don't have any Grey Poupon.
That's not
What do you have?
Combination.
No, but it's a joke. The joke is the voice.
Yeah.
By the way, do you have any Grey Poupon?
It's not like
anything else is uncivilized.
I need some Grey Poupon, homie.
Yeah, you never. That's not it.
Carl, curious for a minute while I hit the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah. What's next for the? That's one thing about drinking. Like when it started to get good, I'm going, what's next? This is what it is. Let's drink that. That's my brain goes.
I'm thinking right now. What?
But do you want to try? I could drink the Frey Ranch and be cool with it.
I have a long day tomorrow, so.
Then okay.
No, but I'm still gonna drink something. I'm just saying that because it's
Southern Light. Then
I'm thinking.
What is it? The Buffalo Trace. The other one's still here.
Let's do the Buffalo.
Yeah. They're open. Yeah. Let's drink that. That's cool. It's good, decent. What do you guys like? If you were just gonna drink some whiskey, some bourbon, and what would be what's the first go-to for you? For me, my first, if I have it, I always want to drink Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I just like that. There's nothing like a barrel proof. Nothing like a barrel proof. However, if I just want to drink, I didn't know this was opened up. Wow. I remember having it. When did we? Yeah, it happened. I see it somewhere. Yeah, I see it.
A couple of months or two.
I don't remember, dude. I really don't remember anyway. So you can always buy more Buffalo Trace. That's one thing that seems to be easy to get out here. Buffalo Trace. If you guys don't know, it's Buffalo Trace. The other one didn't. It looked used, but Buffalo Trace. Buffalo's love worldwide. I'm gonna drink some Buffalo Trace. What do I get? To me, the nose on Buffalo Trace is not that overpowering. Kind of bubblegumish.
Agreed. It's I've always found the nose of Buffalo Trace very light. Which is not a bad thing. It's just not going to get a whole lot there.
Wow. Okay, I just had the store pick. The store pick was way better than the regular one. This is different. I should have compared them, but I could tell because I just drank it.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, so we had the regular one. I'm like, man.
I love this, AZ. We should Lifetime Whiskey. If you feel free to throw in some jokes, guys. I'm always about the jokes. So I will retell my joke from last night, not the bad one. I won't retell the bad one. But real quick, AZ, I'm smelling barrel char. I think my neighbor's house is on fire. Nice.
He said, I agree with that. Elijah Craig regular is underwhelming to me. I agree. Like I don't ever try to drink it. I didn't
even like the rye like that. The rye.
It was decent.
Elijah Craig rye.
No, but it was deep. Like it was horrible. So I guess it wasn't like Weller's.
No, I think it was my first whiskey war I ever put up was, what was it? It was Old Forester 100, Wild Turkey 101. What was the middle one? I think it was Very Old Barton 100 and Elijah Craig. And Elijah Craig came in fourth. Yeah, so I absolutely agree. It's just
way better than this one. The store pick tastes better than this one.
To me, regular Elijah Craig is too overly oaked. There's just too much oak there and not enough of anything else.
Yes, okay. I wonder, now you make me want to drink it because is it overly oaked or just not good?
All right, Elijah Craig?
No. I'm good. I'm just making it because he said it's too overly oaked to make me want to like Woodford Reserve double oaked is good. It's overly oaked, so I like that. I know I like that.
Now, when I say overly oaked, Charles. I mean, like the oak note is the most prominent. I mean, just like straight oak.
I understand what you said. You can't taste anything else. You
Yeah.
said that. That's the badness. Well, there should be something like I can see the difference between the store pick and this one is the store pick is like it's no aftertaste and it's more sweet. It was like ooh. Where this one when you drink it, it's like a little bit more bitter. Like, but it's not like the good bitter. You know, go ahead, drink some. Then you see what I'm talking about.
So
it's not bad. That's what I'm saying. But compared to store pick, the Buffalo Trace store pick was better than the regular Buffalo Trace, but it's still good. But it's like when you get with a Lamborghini, you get in a Ferrari, then you drive a Lamborghini, you know the difference between the two, right? They still excellent cars.
Yeah, one is probably speed, but the bull is probably kicking you around and.
So
go ahead.
So got Chattanooga 111 recently. Really like it so far. Probably one of my favorites. So I got that as well recently, about a month back. I gotta say I wasn't impressed on the first sip or the second sip. I got a lot of plum and raisin. Like it was a lot of kind of like dried fruits. I didn't get a lot of kind of other berry notes I was kind of hoping for, but maybe it's opened up. I haven't tried it in like a month, so I'll have to read.
Repeat what you would drink. What is it? Chattanooga. What would you say?
111. Yeah, kind of like their
111. Something Chattanooga 111. Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah, one of the notes I do love is raisin.
Yes.
Well, so B maybe
McAllen. I always want to drink the McAllen. That's what I'd be like. The beanie. They got that. I'm starting to like it because you talk about it so much, and the more I drink it, the more I like the standoutness. Have you tried any of those yet?
What's that?
A Belvini, any of that? Have you tried any of those yet?
Nah, man.
All
my whiskey budget here lately has been going towards filling out the $30. So my plan is I'm gonna do 20. It's gonna be 20 bourbons to start in like a bracket form, and we're gonna work our way down to the final four.
You're really good, man. You're actually a fantastic content creator.
John, did I send you the Belvini?
No, I don't think he asked for Belvini, did he?
No, I didn't ask for it. Yeah, but I mean, you guys don't have to. It's readily available here. I just haven't bought it yet.
Yeah, I think you would like it. I really think that you would like it so much. But, I mean, I don't know. We all got different palates, you know.
Well, so today I bought I only need one more bottle for my $30 bracket thing, and then I'm done with that. So that's next on the list. After that, I want to get the Belvini, and then I want to get this. I want to get 3 other scotches. I want to get another Ardbeg that I've been seeing, and then I want to get the Lagavulin. So,
Lagavulin 16 is really good.
You said the Goblin? What did you say? How'd you say it? What'd you say?
Lagavulin.
Lagavulin. He said a different I would say Lagavulin.
Yeah, I said
he
the
said
same thing.
This is Lagavulin. Is that how you said? Let's look it up. Let's see how.
I mean,
I never really thought about it.
I say it like it's a
Lagavulin. I like the way he said it. Let's look that up.
I say it like it's a villain in the MCU.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. That was actually hilarious.
Okay, so, Commandante, I never look for the nose on Bullet or Larceny. Now, on Bullet, I could kind of see it because Bullet has a really light nose. But Larceny, I think, has a really nice nose. I think Larceny has a really nice, dark, fruity, a lot of char, a lot of, I like the nose on Larceny.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like the nose on Larceny, but the Bullet is a really light nose.
Lagavulin. That sounds like an Evelyn, Lagavulin from He-Man. I'm going to drink Lagavulin.
We need to defeat.
Look at
Lagavulin.
Lagavulin.
Lagavulin. It's very different. I like it. Yeah, so at Still Live in the Woods. Yeah, so I had the regular offering from Chattanooga and really liked it. And maybe the barrel proof thing will grow on me. I can't say I disliked it. It's just at first it just, I don't know, it didn't hit my palate right, maybe. We'll see. It's amazing how much flavor it has for a 3-year. Yeah, I agree with that. I will say one thing for sure. The Chattanooga 111 has a lot of complexity for a 3-year-old whiskey. I have to give it that.
Chattanooga 111.
I drink
Chattanooga.
When it.
Where's that name come from?
Chattanooga?
Yes. Do you know?
I believe that it's an old Native American name. I'm pretty sure. We could research it, but I'm pretty sure that's an old Native American name. The Native Americans actually named that area. I mean, actually, most of the Appalachian area, the names come from Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 66.
Yes.
What do you guys listen to over there? Anyway.
He said Order 66.
Execute.
Execute order.
I got to backtrack here. MGP, and you're referring to no. Chattanooga is distilling their own stuff. AC, if you're asking about that, I believe, maybe I'm misstating. It's late in the night. My memory could be slacking. Ice, the great equalizer. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Are you a fan of George Dickel?
Want to drink a little Dickel?
So, I mean, I don't want to ruin. So that's coming up in my 30ish. That's one of the last bottles I got to buy. That is the last bottle I got to buy. Uh-oh. We lost phone with whiskey. I guess he'll figure it out here soon. He'll be back. Anyway, I'll answer there until they come back. Let's go through chat a little bit here.
Sorry about that.
No problem. I was like, man, Charles just dipped on us with no notice.
No, I hit the wrong button.
That's all right. Yeah, okay. So the other Sean confirmed. Yeah, it is Tennessee whiskey. I was pretty sure on that. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Hence the name Chattanooga. No more drinks for me. Let's see. OGD Bib coming out.
It means the name Chattanooga is derived from a Creek Indian word meaning rock coming to a point, a reference to Lookout Mountain.
Okay, there you go. Charles looked it up for us.
Rock coming to a point.
I got a joke for that one.
No.
Can I make the joke?
Yeah, go for
it. Chattanooga.
That's not where I thought you were going to go with that, but anyway, okay. All right. When is OGD Bib coming out? Oh, okay. I at first I thought you were just asking like in general. You mean my review? Okay. Soon. So I haven't filmed it yet, but I would say in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. So tomorrow, so you guys know, tomorrow is Makers 46, and then I got to film it, but probably OGD Bib will either be this Wednesday or next Wednesday. That's kind of the plan right now. CG3 Belvini Double Wood was great. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, I need to go ahead and pick it up. I've just been slacking. I've been picking up bottles for content, and I haven't really picked up the bottles that I really want to get. But we'll get to it. We will get to it. Have you tried Lafroig 12 Whiskey Wars? Yes, I had it at a bar a while ago. I think personally that I like Ardbeg better, but you have to really like peat. So like when I'm going after a peated whiskey, I want a lot of peat. I want like a ton of smoke on it. So, and Lafroig is like, to me, Lafroig is like Ardbeg light. Which, if that's what you're after, then, that's cool. Looking forward to the Ardbeg video. Speaking of, so what we may end up doing, guys, I still have to talk Charles into it, but I want to do a live reaction with Charles for Ardbeg because as far as I know, they have not had it yet.
We haven't.
Still unopened.
You want to do it? We can do it. You talk us into it. When do you want to do it?
No, let's. I mean, because we're late in the night now. Let's wait till the next stream.
Okay, you talk us into it. We'll do it next stream.
Yeah, but I would love to see. I mean, I keep hoping we can get B up in here as well. We get to hear the voice, but we never get to see the reaction.
He's too beautiful for camera. That's what I believe. I think he just, he's trying to save us for catching that Raiders of the Lost Ark melting when you see him thing.
So, so it's kind of like
I've been anointed to withstand it, but most of you guys couldn't.
So you're saying like when B walks through the door, it's like, you know, it's like you like sense like Christ's presence, and
it's like that, man. It's like, man, it's like, wow, like you get looking upon him. It's like, you know, if you can only imagine what it's like, I don't even imagine, but I'm pretty sure it's like looking at the burning bush. It's that same type of wow, like, you know.
I want to be clear, folks. I'm not trying to disparage God in any kind of way. I'm just.
No, but it's good. God's had a sense of humor, so you should joke too. But it really is like an incredible sight. Like, I mean, I'm just okay. I'm gonna use two things that don't make sense, but they'll make sense if you think about it. Like the first time, if you ever see Brad Pitt in person, you're like, wow, or Shaquille O'Neal, you're like, wow, it's that, but a mixture of both.
You know, so yeah. I think we can agree. As straight men, there are other men that we can appreciate their attractiveness. That's, you know, no, but you know, we can just say, man, that's a good looking guy.
Hey, you can look at Brad Pitt, especially when he was young, and say girls like the way he looks. If you can't look at him and say that, then you're not being rational. Or you can look at Shaquille O'Neal and say that's a big man.
Yeah.
Well, I watched.
That's a big man.
I recently watched Legends of the Fall yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, man,
he's a nice looking guy.
I can see why. Like, yeah, he's older now, but back in the day, I can see why.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Chicks was on him like that.
Yeah, like the dude from the Son of Anarchy. When they first came out, I said, okay, I can see why they like that dude. Just got that look, you know, something about this guy. You know, whatever, you know, it's all good. And you know,
like even when I saw Precious, I was like, man,
she's so lovely. I understood, you know. Yeah, Gabby. Yeah, Gabby. Woo, Gabby. I bet that's so soft.
Charles is getting taken away here. We're about to lose him.
Oh, boy.
He's off in another world.
My precious. My precious. Sorry, I'm joking.
Real quick, so still live in the woods. I like the Chattanooga rye best. I have not had it yet, so now I will have to check it out. Indian tribe, maybe talking about Chattanooga. I don't like the taste of Dickel in my mouth. Just saying. Yeah,
I got you, bro. I got you.
Yeah, I can. So I never answered the question. Actually, you asked me about that. So the plan is that will be one of the brackets, and that will be 8-year or older whiskey. That will be one of the brackets in the $30 showdown. And the Dickel 8-year will be in that. So I won't spoil a surprise on that. But I will say this, because it's not related to that. And that is that the Dickel Bottle and Bond is actually pretty good. It doesn't have a whole lot of that mineral aspect to it, that kind of Flintstone vitamin, whatever you want to call it. So I thought it was pretty decent. My issue with it is like $45. I think that's a little steep for a Bottle and Bond. If it was like 35, then I could probably get down with that, but 45 is kind of high.
I'm really comparing this to the store pick. The store pick is way better than this. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Like way better.
But like I said, they were open. The store pick was open longer. Because then I think we did. Didn't we do a video with it?
Yeah.
I think you liked that
better at the time.
Yeah,
maybe. You know,
like I said,
time changes.
Yep, sure does. Sure. And there's so many whiskeys that, you know, the first time I cracked them open, I wasn't too wild about them. And, you know, you give them a couple months, maybe 3-4 months.
Okay, better or worse.
Yeah, they can totally change.
Have you tried seagrass, Sean?
What's that be?
Have you tried seagrass?
Barrel.
Okay, so here's the ones on my list that you guys have recommended that I haven't picked up yet because I'm buying bottles for content. So there's the Belvini Double Oak. I'm kind of you've almost pushed me into buying a Macallan at 18, just because you keep talking about it so much. So I'm considering that.
It's great. Not good. It's great.
The Belvini Seagrass. And that's why I've told you guys not to send me samples, because I can buy them. I just haven't. Like I see them all the time. I just haven't bought them. So there's no reason for you to ship it to me, because I can buy it. I just need to do it. And then what was the other one? anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, so those three are on my list for sure. I just need to do it. So my plan is to get ahead buying wise of my content. So now I'm about 2 months ahead of my content. So now that means for the next 2 months I can buy stuff I want to buy.
So they get it. I mean, not the way my brain is totally. I just want to drink whatever. So I don't be thinking. I'd be like, yo, let's get stuff. Let's drink it. That's all I think.
So real quick, AZ said I need to try Ardbeg. So I say, AZ, if you can get a bottle by next week, we should all try it on the next live. Me, you, Charles, and B will all try Ardbeg, and whoever else wants to join in on that, and we can all give our thoughts on it.
With that,
it's 10-year one.
Because Ardbeg is quite something. It's very different from anything else you're gonna have.
I think you should try Peat. You say you like Peat. You need a Peat Monster. Yeah. By Comics Box. Peat Monster.
Okay. Well, so I mean, if you guys have had that, then you probably know what to expect from Ardbeg. Peat is a carbon tax on your body. Yeah, probably. Peat might add to the hangover. Just saying.
You got water and Tylenol. If that has to come, and coffee, it works because coffee opens up your blood vessels. Just to let people know.
I mean, that hasn't been my experience, AZ. But to be fair, I never drink a lot of peated whiskey at once. It's usually like one glass in the night.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's not something I can drink a lot of. Like, so bourbon, I could drink all night, but peat is not to me, peat is like really smoky, like barbecue. So it's something that's really good and really savory, but it's not something you're going to have like a ton of, I don't know. Well, actually, smoky barbecue is a bad comparison because I could eat a ton of that. So something else that you can't eat a ton of. Like, anyway, you get the analogy.
Yeah, I agree. I understand exactly what you're saying. Like when I drink peat, I maybe have a small glass or two and that's it, and I'm cool. I wouldn't want to drink it all day, just nothing but peat all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brain went left. So he said something you eat all day. My brain said yes. I'm sorry. I did. Then I went back right.
We all know where Charles was going with that.
I sure love barbecue.
To be fair though, Charles, you couldn't eat it all day. Your mouth would get worn out after a while.
Yeah,
your jaw would start locking up, and be like, "Hey, I need a break. I need a break for a few."
You can only eat so much lasagna.
Exactly. We're talking about lasagna, and lasagna, because of the thickness, it's so hard to chew, and after a while, it works on your jaws, and the tanginess of the sauce, it starts getting to your tongue after a while, and you gotta take.
I think we make barbecue lasagna.
You gotta bake it first. Then you gonna bake it and put it.
Yeah, it seems like some way, somehow, I think you can make barbecue lasagna.
Why don't you make some? Let me try it.
B, I don't know about this barbecue lasagna idea.
It might be good. We might make millions of dollars from it.
Go for it. Yeah.
I mean, barbecue pizza took off, so I guess it's
fine. Go ahead. Yeah, do that. It can be done. Yes. It can happen. Somewhere, somehow, it can happen.
So we're going back in time a little bit here in the conversation, but AZ says B has a face for radio? ?
That's funny.
I believe B is a
Hey, look at that joke. If you can barbecue lasagna, why don't you barbecue a cake? Make that happen. It can be done. Yes.
Now we're getting wild there, Charles. I don't know about barbecue.
I'm being silly because I just making jokes.
You never know.
Try it. All I gotta do is you had a 7-Up cake. You've had a Hennessy cake, but you ever had a barbecue cake? I got a barbecue cake for you. No.
Oh, sorry, other Sean. I know I'm late on this, like 7 minutes, so you're probably not here anymore. But thank you for joining us. If you are still here, I'm sorry I haven't been keeping up with chat. I'm glad you joined us, and thank you for stopping by. Hope to see you in the next one. I believe Charles will be hosting the next one, which reminds me again, anybody that has not subscribed to Charles, please do so, because I will be over there next week. So if you want to see us together again, then you got to subscribe to Charles' channel. That's just how it is.
That's pretty dope. Come on over. Come on over to the fun side.
Come on over. Isn't that a Britney Spears song? Come on over, baby, or something like that?
If I know one Britney Spears song, I'd be impressed. I think she got one. Slave. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I think I kind of know.
I wish it was at school.
I don't know no other song.
Details?
It's pretty dope.
I think
so. Mind Twister, help me out here. I know I'm back in chat like, let's see, 7 minutes here. $10 savings can go for some macadamia nuts. I'm trying to relate that to what we're talking about. I don't know the context. Anyway, but yes, macadamia nuts are great. I'll just say that.
I knew a girl that used to call me macadamia nuts.
Okay. Why would she call you that?
I had a girl who used to call me white chocolate.
I had a girl that didn't call me. And I'd be like, when I see her, like, why you ain't call me? She said, I'm gonna call you. I'm like, okay. Then she didn't call me.
In the woods.
I'm joking.
What other 13-year bourbon are you getting for 45 though? I'm trying to think. What was the one that we were talking about? Were we talking about 13-year-old bourbon? I gotta scroll back. I'm lost. I don't know the context again. I need to keep up with chat. I'm slacking. Okay, and then hanging AZ with Japanese peanuts again. He's really pushing these. Like AZ is pimping Japanese peanuts the way I pimp out Evan Williams' bib. I guess I need to get on that Japanese peanuts.
What the hell is Japanese peanuts?
I don't know. Maybe they taste like macadamia nuts.
So, to answer your questions, to live in the woods, just the standard Ardbeg offering. I could run down and get it, but it's the 10-year, the kind of just the one you're going to see pretty much everywhere. I can't remember the name on it. If you need me to, I can run down and grab it, or I can message you through YouTube or something like that. I drank way too much bourbon on Halloween night. 3-day hangover, bro.
Wow. Ooh, yeah, almost 3 days. 3.
Okay, so last time I had a 3-day hangover, I was 18 years old, and that's when I drank a whole fifth of Wild Turkey 101 in 30 minutes.
That's it. How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? 1, 2, 3.
I can say I had a day and a half maybe hangover, but man, 3.
Yeah. That's what they say. It takes 3 licks to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. So it makes sense to me.
Oh, Dickel we were talking about. Okay, I got you. So, wait a second. So, still live in the woods. Is the Dickel bib 13 years old? Is that what you're saying? So, if that's true, then I did not know that. That would explain the price point. Yeah. So that gives me a different appreciation for it. I got to say, though, based on my experience, I don't know that it tastes like it's 13 years old. I mean, just comparing it to, like, say, granted, this is a completely different experience, but I mean, Elijah Craig is between 8 and 12, and it does not taste nearly as old as that, even though that is a barrel proof and Dickel is 100 proof, but still, I'm not tasting the age on it.
Wow. About $45, right? $49 in between.
Yeah, I mean, it's 45 out here. That's the cheapest I see it at. Okay, so yeah, so he is confirming. So last year's was 11 years old. This year's is 13. Okay, wow. Did not know that. Thank you. Still living in the woods. So that definitely explains the price better. And I think that's, as far as the kind of budget-ish friendly Dickel offerings, I think that's probably their best. It is pretty good. If you guys haven't checked it out, I did like it. I I like the Dickel. I'll say it on a live stream. At least that one, anyway. Hanging AZ, Japanese girls are the best bourbon companion. I can skip the nuts. Yeah.
Japanese
no nuts.
I can't say I've ever paired them together, Mind Twister, but yeah, I can't disagree with that statement. I'm in my 40s, don't have that 18-year-old resilience.
Understood.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I don't want to have no, like, I'm done now. Like, in my brain, like, I keep drinking, but in my brain, I'm like, man, stop it. when I was like 18, drink to 2 days in a row.
So that's the thing that's dangerous about these lives. You know, we get into these conversations and I'm just kind of sipping away and I'm not paying attention to how much I drink. And then the next morning, I always think, I drank too much again.
Yep. I totally get that. We all get that.
Who was this in my bed?
I haven't happened to me, but I understand it.
Brian, you called me about 12 in the morning.
Yeah, that could happen, you know.
Well, so let's maybe we'll switch to water. I think we got enough in us so we can still have some interesting conversations.
Let's taste test some water. Arrow.
I've been doing that.
Yeah, so what notes are we getting on this water?
Plain, a little bit of mineral.
I'm getting
trousers.
A little bit of sparkling.
I'm getting slight notes of Lake Cumberland because that's where this is.
Yeah, Lake Cumberland. Yeah.
This is sourced directly from Lake Cumberland.
I enjoy drinking.
It's been filtered, so it's not a non-chill filtered water, but still getting. I can still pick up the Lake Cumberland essence.
What was that? What number? This is number 1. No, that's for you. That's your favorite.
You know, I would still buy a Weller's antique for MSRP just to see.
You do that.
Yeah.
If you tell me that water is wet, I don't have to stick my foot in the water to find out that it's wet.
But
I don't even want to know.
Some bottles are not as good as others.
Yes, that is true. Make it happen.
Somewhere.
Yes.
So now that we're deep into the night, I wanted to bring this up, but at the right time, and now it feels like the right time. I want to get your thoughts on this, Charles. So, you know, I don't know if you recall the speech in V for Vendetta, you know, where he takes over the television system. But the point I wanted to focus on is he asked the question to basically all of London and everyone watching, why they allowed the government to take over their lives and basically reduce them to slaves, essentially, in their own homes, and, you know, take away their freedoms. They're surveilled all the time. They can't say what they want to say. They no longer have freedom of speech. And the reason he gives is fear. He said, because you were afraid. And so just to parallel that to modern day, because, you know, a lot of people talk about the propheticness of V for Vendetta, and I think that's going a bit too far. But nonetheless, I do see the similarities in that fictional world and what we're seeing today. So what are your thoughts on how the government may or may not be using fear to coerce people into giving up freedoms?
But it's true. I mean, people want to feel safe. So if they tell you to put on a mask and you'll be safe, people will do it, and then they'll force people to comply. And once you force people to comply, you give up your right to be free. That's the most basic thing I can think of. And then they say, oh, like, people stop thinking for themselves. You trust but verify. How about that? You know, or don't trust and still verify. How about that? I don't know. I don't have the answers to the world. I just think that pressure is a good and bad thing. Like if they said the world will end tomorrow if you don't do this, then I understand people doing it. But if you don't have that same pressure, why do you feel compelled to force people to do things when they got time? That's the problem. So Yeah, most people operate in fear, you know.
I agree.
And I can tell you, being a military guy, that if you're not wearing a total seal, is no little piece of cloth going to save you from getting infected by some biological warfare. So do you think a cloth over your face is really going to stop you from getting a disease? It's not, but it's to make people feel safe. So that's a lot of things. People don't, their logic goes out the window when everybody else is doing it. Oh, well, everybody else is doing it. So I don't even get involved in those conversations because people don't really want to get into logical debates anyway. They just, well, this is the way it is. This doesn't mean it's right. Like I say, if I want to cut my pinky off because everybody else is cutting their pinkies off, doesn't mean it's right. No.
Yep.
Yeah, but we're cutting pinkies off now. Let's just cut our pinkies off.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to add a little bit to what you said there. So here's my issue with fear, and it's always the same. Is that, I mean, I think we saw this during the times of 9/11. What followed that, I think we're seeing the same kind of mentality again. And what's dangerous about fear to me is that people stop thinking when they get afraid.
Yes.
And so what happens is that they just freely take in whatever information is being espoused to them through the news. And it's like, okay, this is the thing we're doing now. And they're like, okay, all right, that's fine. Whatever's going to keep me from dying. And that's as far as they go. And they never take the time to be like, well, wait a second, though. Is that really helpful? And I'm not here to say, I want to be very clear. I'm not here to say whether or not masks are helping or not, although I have my thoughts on them, but I'm not going to get into that.
Let me interject. I'm telling you, military, they trained us that only a tight seal is going to stop you. Anything else, I mean, anything could, like, if it's just, you can get infected by one particle. So you stopping 50 particles, ain't stopping up that other millions coming at you. You know, that's just the point.
Well,
it's a placebo when people feel safe, and I'm not trying to tell anything to anybody. Do what you want to do, but that's all I'm saying. You know, that's it.
So let's be honest here, intellectually honest, scientific even.
Mm-hmm.
If you can smell other smells,
there you go. That's
for instance, if you're walking through Walmart or Target or wherever it is you shop, and you can smell the food through your mask at the deli, then how is it stopping a virus? Do we even know how small virus particles are?
There you go. I'm done. I wasn't gonna go that deep. You went there.
They're much smaller than scent particles. Just so you know, let's be honest here. So if it's not stopping scent particles, it cannot stop a virus.
There you go.
It's impossible.
Yeah. But it's to make people feel good, and I want you guys to feel safe.
To get back going to work.
Yes, that's all it is. That's what this shot is. That's all that stuff is. That if people, let's say, for instance, I'm not saying anything, get back to work. You know, you feel safe now, don't you? Go back to work. There you go.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to say. I'm done with it. Do you?
So here's what's interesting to me about that is that so they went to all this effort to create this placebo, because that's what it is.
Yes, exactly. He said it. I did say it, but I didn't say it. He said it.
So we create this placebo of safety, and then, okay, so now everybody get back to work. And what has happened? No one has gotten back to work. In fact, people are quitting their jobs in record numbers. That's what we're seeing. We're not seeing this mass amount of new workforce. No, that's not happening. If you drive around, there are now hiring signs everywhere you go. So yeah, the placebo isn't working.
Yeah, it's worse than that.
Going the opposite way.
I tell you, I've thought about something. I've been thinking about this for some time. So they got DoorDash, they got Uber, they got Amazon, they got all this stuff, right? So they say, if you pay for this, we're going to deliver your stuff. Then the people, okay, that's a good deal. I'm going to pay for deliver my stuff. I'm going to pay the annual fee. I got to pay for the delivery. Then people be like, well, you need to tip us. Huh? Didn't they just tell me this is what I got to pay? This is the price. Why do I got to tip you? Well, you know, some stuff that blows me away. How stuff doesn't really make sense. I'm paying already for the delivery. Why do I need to pay extra stuff? But that's because everybody thinks they're supposed to get paid more. But you're getting paid to do a job. Either you do it or you don't. If that was the original price, it's totally different. It's kind of like when they changed, Amazon was delivering Whole Foods $35 enough for free. Then they said, for now, we're going to charge you $10. I'm glad you told me. So I don't want to order now because before it was free. Right? Exactly. That's where I get confused with people because they try to think like, I'm not saying you don't deserve money. I'm just not willing to pay that. However, they're trying to get people to pay for stuff they don't. Like, that's the problem. That's why people not going back to work now. Why should I work when I was getting it for free? You know what I mean? Well, don't work. That's all. I don't. I just, that's you. You know, I hope the government don't help you. I hope you starve. But so that's just me. I hope I made some type of sense because I kind of went off. But it's like people think they deserve more than what they're getting. That's the problem. You know.
I mean, I think
you have to have that job. This is extra. Yeah. I don't have to do this. You don't have to tip. You don't ever have to tip me. It's cool. So I appreciate it, but it's not a requirement. You know what I mean?
Like Christmas bonuses and stuff. It's cool,
but it's not a requirement.
If you don't give it to me, I'm still
working.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people get lost in the sauce with that stuff, and they start expecting things because the government and pays you. Now you think the government supposed to pay you for doing nothing. What if the government stop paying you? Would you gonna beat them up? Or you owe me this? They don't owe you nothing. You need to take your ass to work and accept what you're given. If you think it's not fair, then don't work. And create your own job.
There you go. Make your own job.
So here is what's mind blowing to me is that the people that are demanding higher pay are generally those that are completely unskilled. I mean, you know, these are people that have no fundamental skills. These are not geniuses. These are not those that are super talented. These are people that used to work at McDonald's and then they got paid to stay home for 6 months, and now they think that they deserve $20 an hour. Why? Yes. What did you do? What did you do that improved yourself over those 6 months that makes you a better employee? Nothing. You did nothing.
I think the problem with most people is emotion, and they don't really understand it. And this is what I believe. All you like get a tent, sleep on the street. I mean, everybody. I do think that if we're gonna believe in the government should provide enough job opportunities, like keep the economy stabilized so people can work. But if you choose not to work, that's not the government's fault. That's your fault. If it's enough where you can provide for yourself, at least to keep some type of shelter. I don't care. Like, what's a reasonable amount to drive for a job? An hour, right? So if you can get back and forth to a job that you can provide for, like just a place to live in, everything else is luxury. TV, that's internet. It's a luxury. You know, you can say today that the internet may be a necessity, maybe, but still, because they take away all the landline phones and all that stuff, maybe. Other than that, everything else is luxury. So you don't need no video games. You need one pair of pants, one shirt, 2 shirts. I mean, enough to toilet paper and some food, whatever. I mean, even those are luxury because you can wipe your butt with a towel and rinse it off every day. So I'm just using an example that a lot of people start taking.
Some people use their hands.
Whatever they use, it doesn't bother me. The point is, go ahead.
Go ahead, Charles.
The point I'm trying to say is a lot of people start taking stuff for granted that is a luxury. It's a luxury. Yeah. It's a luxury. Like you don't have to have a car. You can catch the bus. It may take you a couple of hours. However, a car is a luxury. You don't have to have that. You don't have to pay car insurance. Sell your car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give up from your sleep. You don't gotta watch TV. Because if you're trying to survive,
convenience is a car.
They start thinking that like luxuries and extras is a mandatory thing. You never listen. If you never take a trip, go to movies in your life, you're still alive. So everything else is extra. First, take care of being alive and get yourself situated. Yeah, nobody owes you. You do got to eat. You need to eat.
That's pretty much about it. You can get a
place. You need to eat and stay dry and stay enough warm enough to not freeze. That's it.
Food, clothing, shelter. Those are the things.
Whiskey is a luxury.
Oh yeah. So
let me luxury. I'm blessed. I never front, but I'm not fortunate. I know I'm fortunate. However, I'm never going to say that they owe me more. Life ain't fair. We said this earlier. I need to do whatever it takes for me to get there and take advantage of the opportunities. The capitalist system gives you opportunity to compete for it. And if they mark on the page, you accept it. It's not fair, but it still gives you a chance. As long as you have a chance, how can you complain? That's all it is. Most people complain about, and they have a chance.
You have a way better chance than so many people.
I can tweet at Elon Musk, tweeted all these. If I really wanted to get known, sooner or later, one of them will respond. And can I take advantage of that opportunity? Because back in the day, you couldn't even talk to the king.
Yep.
Couldn't even talk to him.
Exactly.
So if I could, let me just run through chat here because I'm way behind. So I've had this highlighted for a while. So still live in the woods. They make people afraid. Then they come to rescue. That's how they expand their power. Absolutely. I cannot agree with that more. That statement seems to be unequivocally true. Trust us, we are the government. Yeah. So real quick, let me pause on that real quick. So, I think about that statement a lot when it comes to all kinds of rights, but especially when it comes to gun rights. So if you ask the average person, especially if they are, let's say, left-leaning, and you ask them their opinion on gun rights, they will say something like, oh, well, you need to ban certain guns, especially, assault rifles, which isn't a thing. But anyway, and then you will ask them the next question, which is, okay, so do you trust the government? No, I do not trust the government. Okay, so then what you want is the government that you do not trust to then take away the right that you have to defend yourself from the government you do not trust. That's essentially where you're going with that. Anyway, Charles, if you want to add something to that, I'll let you go. If not,
I agree. That's that's it. I think that you should never take away your ability to defend yourself. That's all I can say. I can go deeper, but it's read the Constitution, understand what is written. There you go.
Yeah, there's a reason the Second Amendment exists. COVID test. Smell some bourbon. Can you smell it? Can you taste it? Keep test. Agreed. Yeah, I've seen that before. At least virus don't live in whiskey, for sure. Drink lots of whiskey, you'll be just fine. Commandante says guilty. Now I'm a little behind here, Commandante, so not sure exactly what you were referring to, so I apologize. 500,000 for the month, new jobs. Again, sorry, missing the context, guys, because I'm out of sync here. If you want more pay, make yourself more valuable. Exactly. 6 months of Mario Kart is like NASA training. Yeah. Okay. No, it's not.
There we go, ass towel. That's funny. There we go, full retard. There we go, ass towel. That's hilarious.
I feel like that's what's happened, though. I feel like that's what's happened in the last 6 months. There's just people just crapping on themselves, playing video games, and nothing useful has happened.
Yeah.
Wait around for fair all day, bring a chair.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, wait around for fair all day. That's yeah, I agree with that. That's funny, man. Starting to get tired. You
had a long shoot tomorrow.
Yes, yep. I'm enjoying this, but I need to go ahead and wrap it up so I can crash. And Sean, I'm starting to get tired. I'm starting to get tired, brother Sean.
Hey, that's okay, man. The wife just got home. We're going on 3 hours and 15 minutes, so that seems like pretty good timing to me.
Okay.
Yeah, so folks, I think we will wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Thank you, Charles and B. I think we had a great
joke. So when you end the stream, I want to hear the joke.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I promised a joke, and I never told it. So, okay, since we're late enough, I don't feel like Dan will watch this far into it, so I'll tell both jokes. I'll tell the
whole country with ass towel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
So the first joke was this. So a husband is digging in his garden in the backyard, and he finds a bag full of gold and thinks to himself, man, I need to run inside and tell my wife about this bag of gold I just found. And then he remembers why he was digging in the garden in the first place.
Okay.
So that Dan and Julie both like that. Actually, most of the
funny. That was actually funny if you think about it. So, why is he digging in the garden?
So most of the stream liked that joke, but the joke that did not go over real well was this: what is yellow and can't swim?
I don't know.
A school bus full of drowning children.
That is a Brian joke. That's a producer B joke right there. That's funny.
So I hope that Dan does not watch this stream till the end. If you are seeing this, Dan, for a second time, I apologize. I was hopeful you wouldn't see this. But anyway, so that's it for the night, folks. I hope you enjoyed those last two jokes. Charles B, thank you as always. I'm
all right. That's hilarious. It is actually funny.
See, I like that joke, but I'm a disturbed person. So okay,
yeah, it's a joke, but you don't want it to happen.
Yeah, but it's still funny.
Yeah, it's still funny. You don't want it to happen, but it's still funny.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna like that one. When I heard it, oh gosh.
So I got one more joke for you that you might like. So what do you do when your retarded child is drowning in the bathtub?
Oh my God.
My wife does not like this.
Is that the helmet?
Okay, so what do you do when your retarded child is drowning in the bathtub?
B said throw them a helmet.
Close. Any guesses, Charles, or Stream?
I don't know. Say, you must be playing Seal? I don't know. Seal, I don't know.
All right, so what you do when your retarded child is drowning in the bathtub is you throw your clothes in.
Oh, I get it. I was thinking, Seal be splashing. That's what I was thinking. I should have got that. I should have got thinking about. I was already thinking because I got Seal. Seal be moving, splashing and stuff. Oh, I didn't get that. Yeah, right. Yeah, it makes sense.
That's
Practical.
That is so
No,
wrong.
actually, that's logical.
That is a wrong, really bad joke.
Oh, come on. Anyway, all right, Stream.
That's
Wife is
that
here.
is wrong joke.
Well, it's a good joke.
No,
Like,
because
you laughing too.
he's already going like this. So
Exactly. So you get the clothes washed. Saves money.
I think she just come over to just shake her head. She just want to
Yeah,
do it.
that's the only reason she came over.
very disturbed in
My-
the cabeza.
I got double thumbs up though for Mind Twister, so thank you. Thank you. Anyway, all right, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Take it easy, Sean.
Thank you again, Charles and B. We will see you next Friday. Yes, Charles?
Yes, sir. For sure.
And Charles will be hosting, so please, if you have not subscribed to Fun with Whiskey, do so you can see us together next time.
All
We are
right.
out, folks.
Take it easy.
Until next Friday.
Arrivederci, my fellow.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Good night, everybody.
All right.